Welcome to Bryant. Tonight it is the Lady Cats and the Wampus Cats wrapping up the regular season on the road in Saline County. It's Jeff and Levi and our entire Channel 5 crew squeezed in here tonight into Bryant Physical Education Center. That's where what it says on the outside.
Building.
Sorry. Physical Education Building is what it says. Inside, it's a very modern. I mean, you've got a lot of modern conveniences, but from the outside, it looks like just an old gym.
Listen, I'm not being facetious when I say this. I love this gym. I loved Central's gym.
Yeah.
But Central's gym was even bigger than this. I mean, it had more seating because this gym, one entire baseline is just a wall, but then the other baseline is taller than the sidelines in terms of bleachers. But they have both the band and the students there. And when we were here a year ago, it got packed, and it was loud. It was a fun environment to play in.
Tonight is their senior night. You may have seen me while Levi was talking. I was listening, but I was also counting. Across the way, there are 10 rows. So there's 10 rows of seats, bleachers that go baseline to baseline, and then what is in the one end, like Levi was talking about. So it is very much a different environment, but a fun environment to say the least. Let's talk about, as I've got a little itch in my nose there, let's talk about the importance of both of these games. We'll have plenty of time to talk about the guys in a little while, but the girls up first, they need to win and win by 5. Simple as that.
Yeah, it really is. And there's been all this talk about tiebreakers and points. And we pulled up the rule book. Okay,
there it is.
I got it. This is the AAA rule book. And let me just set the record straight, because it was very confusing on the drive up here. But you have to go to Rule 12, Section B, Paragraph B, to find out if you have...
And you're not trying to be funny when you say that. No,
I'm
it's what it is.
reading the rule book.
Yeah.
3 or more teams in a tie from regular season conference play. These are the tiebreaker procedures. So you've got Northside, North Little Rock, Conway. They all beat each other and lost to each other.
Right.
So perfect little 3-way tie, right? So number 1, it goes down to head-to-head competition, and here's where the Lady Cats have the advantage. They lost to North Little Rock by 4 the last time they played them, but they beat North Little Rock by 5.
So that's +1.
So they have a +1 advantage in the head-to-head over North Little Rock. They also have the advantage in the head-to-head over Northside as well, because they lost to Northside by 2, but beat them, I think it was by 4 or 5.
So +2 or +3.
Yeah.
So plus.
Either way, if Conway takes care of business tonight, and like we said, wins by more than 5 points, there's really nothing that can happen that would keep them from getting that 1 seed.
That's right.
If they lose, then the situation gets dicey, depending on what happens in the other 2 games with Northside and North Little Rock tonight.
Have to go to Rule 12, Section who knows what.
And even if the head-to-head didn't have the advantage to Conway, if it was somehow that was tied to, Conway still has the points advantage because they have, let's see, I think they've got 93 points. Yeah, 93 points in their wins over conference opponents, whereas Northside only has 88 and 87. So they have the advantage there too if it had to come to that, which it won't.
Starters for Ashley Nance are the 5 that we have grown to be accustomed to, and these 5 ladies have played such great basketball all year long. Reagan Rotzel, Alyssa Netherlane, Maya Yelder, Asia Smith, and Cardrina Nolan. Now here are your starters for the Bryant Lady Hornets. Tiara Trotter is the first starter. She is a sophomore. Kalia Walker, who is their best player, is a junior. She scored a dozen the first time that we played them a few weeks back. India Atkins also starts tonight. Robin Gordon, who is a junior, gets the start. And then Paige Adams, who is a senior, is the last of the 5 starters for Coach Brad Matthews and the only senior starter amongst the 5 for the Lady Hornets. The Bryant Lady Hornets come in 11-13 overall. They are 6-7 in conference play. They already know their fate next week. They are the 5 seed. They are locked into that as the 5 seed next week for the state tournament. Wampus Cats have some work to do. We'll get to them in a little while. These Lady Cats, they have work to do. They'll get to them right now. But a win and a win by 5 is what they're looking for. When these 2 teams played back on January 26th, it was a 34-point win. Conway doesn't have to do nearly that much to lock up that number 1 seed. opening moments of the game. Pass inside and kick back out. 3-point attempt by the senior Adams is no good. Rebound by India Adkins. They'll give it back to her. Good idea, but not a great execution. It could have been an easy layup. Long 3-point attempt is no good by Tierra Trotter, and here come the Lady Cats in transition. There's Maya Yelder in the corner. Asia Smith dribbling to the basket. No shot. There will be a foul called on number 11, India Atkins. That is her first.
Asia had one of her best games of the season against Bryant last month. Put up 18 points. And what I want to see from this Lady Cat team tonight, obviously the win, right? But I want to see them come out and just play well on all cylinders from the start.
You mentioned it on the drive down here. They did not play well in this gym a year ago.
Yeah, it was a tense 32 minutes of basketball when we came here a year ago. I'd never seen anything like it. Conway play as poorly as they did, still found a way to win that game.
3-point attempt no good by Kalia Walker. Offensive rebound to Robin Gordon. Bryant's going to hold on to the ball. Coach Nance up off the bench.
Yeah, you can see her. She's wants that urgency as well.
Kalia Walker and Tierra Trotter playing catch. Pass in the corner to Atkins. Alyssa Netherlane goes for the steal, unable to get it. Paige Adams dribbles out. Behind the back from Kalia Walker. Pass inside, goes off the fingertips of the intended target. And it is going to be Conway basketball. There have been no points scored so far. Minute and a half in.
Good possession from Bryant until the very last pass. They're being patient out there.
That's Asia Smith, she and Maya Yelder, the subjects of a piece done by Spirit 52 up in Northwest Arkansas, and we'll tell you more about that and show you that video that was done about the two of them coming up at halftime. 3-point basket, Reagan Rotzel, first three of the night, and the Lady Cats are on top 2 minutes in.
And you talk about that media coverage. That's one of the reasons why I want to see them come out and play well from the start. Just, you never know. They're in the driver's seat, and a lot of press coverage this week. You just never know when a team might get a little full of itself.
Timeout called by Brad Matthews. We'll take a break as well. 30 seconds, and we're back live to Bryant tonight on Conway Corp Channel 5. Three to nothing, the Lady Cats have the lead. Levi, you mentioned the media coverage. Thursday was a big day for especially Asia. She was not only a part of that feature with Maya Yelder we're going to have at halftime, but she was also the subject of your feature in 501 this week.
And a subject of a nice layup right there.
That's right.
Yeah,
well done.
I mentioned the media coverage and how I hope they come out and don't let it get to their heads. Fully aware that I was part of the problem.
The Levi jinx, you're not worried about that?
Maybe a little bit.
Well, nothing to worry about so far. 3-pointer from Asia in the corner, drains it. Bottom of the net for Asia Smith. The Lady Cats are up 8-0. If they can hold on to this lead for the rest of the game.
Well, I tell you, the last time these teams played in January, Bryant just struggled offensively in the first half. Only put up 14 points in that first half, and they had a few players get to double figures, but really all that came in the second half, and the game was well out of hand.
Kalia Walker will throw the ball in bounds. Both Kaija Chapman and Jada Pickens have checked in for the Lady Cats. In the corner, that's Adams. She dribbles out. Double team. And a foul. Foul is going to be called on number 12, Kelly Williams. But she is not on the court, so I don't know, maybe... Is there a 21 on the court? There's a 21 on the court. Robin Gordon is on her. Foul's going to be called before any shot was taken, so it's going to be on the other end. 4:52 to play in the first quarter. 8-0 is the score. Check it, make it 10-0. And Asia Smith has 7 of those 10 points. 4:44 to go, the clock running. Looks like some technical issues with our scoreboard right now. It's normally at the top of our screen, and so we'll let you know what's happening. 4:40 to go. First quarter, Lady Cats on top 10-0. Live tonight for Bryant. This is their senior night, so they'll honor those students between games. Tiara Trotter, pressured by Jada Pickens. Skip pass, back out to Trotter. She'll give it back. 4 minutes and 20 seconds to play, opening quarter. Maya Yelder goes for the steal, three-point basket, no good. Offensive rebound, the follow is no good, but free throws are upcoming. And they're on the way from Robin Gordon.
We were Central's senior night last Friday. Bryant's tonight. Unfortunate scheduling mishaps for
those
Central
two
and
teams.
Bryant the last 2 weeks. It's just how it happens, I guess.
First free throw is missed by Robin Gordon, 6'1" junior.
This Bryant team is very athletic, but just struggles to get the ball in the hoop.
And they will be in the state tournament next week. They're the 5 seed coming out of the Central. First point of the night happens almost halfway in to the first quarter. Long pass to Reagan Rosel. She makes the catch. Jada Pickens, top of the key to Maya Yelder. Three-pointer rattled home by the sophomore, Jada Pickens. It is 13-1, 3:50 to go in the first quarter.
Saw her hit a three-pointer earlier this week, and it seems like that shot's starting to develop a little bit for the sophomore.
Stolen away, 2-on-1, layup, no good. She'll get another try at it. Nope, she's gonna pull it out. And take 3 instead, it won't go. Maya Yelder gets the rebound and will dribble out. She'll take the 3, bottom of the net. 16-1, timeout called by the Lady Hornets. 3:27 to play in the first quarter. Conway's up 16-1. We'll take 30 seconds and come back on Conway Corp Channel 5. Coach Ashley Nance talking to her Lady Cats. They are well on their way, even though we're just 4.5 minutes into the game, into what they want to do tonight. And what they want to do tonight is win by at least 5, and they will be the number 1 seed next week in the state tournament in North Little Rock. Loose ball. Brian will keep it. Walker dribbles in. Off the glass, no good. Rotzel with the outlet. Asia Smith off the glass and in. It is 18-1.
Early numbers for you. Asia Smith coming out hot tonight. 9 points already. And this Lady Cat team shooting 67% from the three-point line. 4 of 6 here in the first quarter.
10-foot shot, no good. Gordon with the offensive rebound. Can't get the ball to go. Still no field goals made for Bryant in this first half. Loose ball on the ground. Who wants it? Bryant's going to come away there with it. Alexis Taylor has it knocked loose, and it's coming back the other way.
Wow.
Great defensive hustle by Maya Yelder.
Yeah, such quick hands to come from behind and kind of strip that ball down and then getting the nice lucky bounce as it goes off Bryant.
Cardrina Nolan and Alyssa Netherlane both check in.
Alyssa had a big game last time these two teams played.
She had 12 points. 4 Lady Cats in double figures when they played a month ago. 18-1 is our score. Reagan Rotzel trying to change it. Can't get the three-pointer to fall. Asia Smith to Alyssa Netherlane. Alyssa with the miss, but Asia Smith is there to clean it up. Can't get it to go. Cardrina Nolan, she's in, and it's 20-1 with 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Lady Cats up 19 live tonight from Bryant. Our scoreboard is not functioning right now, so our apologies for that. But we'll give you the score as much as you can handle us giving you the score. Normally we don't say it a whole lot because you can see it. But I'll tell you now, it's 20-3. First made field goal of the night for Bryant. Three-pointer is too long, or maybe it was a pass to Reagan Rhodes. Yelder, deep three. No good. Netherlane gets the rebound and loses it out of bounds. Bryant basketball.
Now that 3 percentage has gone down since I last reported it.
Just a little.
Just a little.
A little bit.
But, man, that's what's so dangerous about this Lady Cat team is when that three ball's falling, because of the volume principle that we always talk about, it's kind of like what you see with Golden State. They get up so many shots and they shoot so many threes that even a lower percentage, it's just hard to outpace that when you're getting 3 each time instead of 2.
Trotter, wide open underneath. Reagan Rotzel adds to her team lead in blocks. That is number 32 for her. Yelder in the corner, Alyssa Netherlane. Off the front of the rim, it's no good. And a 3-on-1 fast break. Rotzel affects the shot. Second try at it, no good, and Reagan comes out of there with it. Lady Cats are on top by 17 with less than a minute to play in the first quarter.
Well, you saw Maya Yelder just take a huge fall to the ground. That's the one thing that we haven't talked about you want to avoid tonight is any this close to state tournament, potential 1 seed on the line tonight.
Right.
Just get out of here with a win and no injuries, please.
They're well on their way, leading 20-3 with 44 seconds to play in the first quarter. Rotzel, too strong on that three-pointer, but Cardrina Nolan is there for the offensive rebound. Jada Pickens. Reagan will try it again. Got it. Reagan Rotzel, and it is a 20-point lead for the Lady Cats with less than half a minute to go in the first quarter.
Just can't give her that many chances on one possession.
Without a doubt, she will find a way to make it. Gordon, three-point attempt. It's no good by Walker. Bryant with another offensive rebound. They've had probably more than Coach Nance would like to see here in the first quarter. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Jada Pickens going to have to get the shot up, and does. It's good. Count the basket. Conway absolutely dominating the Lady Hornets. Conway 25, Bryant 3. 60 seconds, and we're back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
At Legacy Fencing, we make an intentional effort to make the fencing process simple. Once you call our office, we will schedule a time to meet with you and understand the details of your project. Within 48 hours, you will receive an estimate. After you choose to proceed, a date will be set and your salesperson will bring our well-qualified installers to begin your fencing project. Only after you are completely satisfied, an invoice is mailed to you and even payment can be made over the phone. Quick, easy, and efficient. That's Legacy Fencing. It's fencing for a lifetime.
Prevent break-ins with Conway Corp Home Security. Arm windows and doors with sensors plus motion detectors throughout the house. All monitored 24/7. See inside and out with live video feed and control it all with your all-in-one touchscreen panel or from your mobile device. We make it easy to protect what matters. Security for you, powered by us.
Understatement alert. It was all Lady Cats in the first quarter, leading 25-3, Levi.
That was one of the most unreal quarters of basketball. Dominant, one-sided affairs that I've seen.
And that's coming off of a night a few days ago when
true.
we led 54-7 at halftime.
I guess I shouldn't
But
be
you're
so
right.
dramatic.
No, but the way that they played was dominant.
25 points in a single quarter is just...
And this is a team that's going to be in the state tournament next week. This isn't a team that had just won one game, and that was by forfeit. And that's no knock against Mount St. Mary's, just a fact. The competition and being on the road, this is a very impressive first quarter. I don't think you overstated it too much.
Lady Cats made 5 3-pointers.
Too strong.
In the first quarter. 9-point performance from Asia Smith, and rebounding. They're getting so many second and third chances at it on these offensive possessions.
Jada Pickens all by herself down there, gets the steal but misses the layup and then draws the foul.
She really was all by herself. She made it happen. What I was going to say is they're getting so many second chances. They're out rebounding Bryant 15-8.
Pickens' free throw is good. It's 26-3.
And of those 15 rebounds, 9 of them are offensive rebounds.
Wow.
So they're actually getting more offensive rebounds than defensive.
Second free throw is no good, but tipped around, loose. Going to be Bryant basketball. You can see the scoreboard there at the top of your screen that's actually in the building. 7:19 and the clock's running. We're in the second quarter. Conway is leading 26-3. They have to win by 5 to wrap up the #1 seed in the state tournament next week in North Little Rock.
Well, feeling pretty good about that situation.
Well, yes, I don't even think your article or even anything else could jinx that. Now, if we both start talking, we might jinx it. But confident, yes.
Well, and a lot of it, too, was just how poorly this team played here a year ago. Now, granted, there's only one starter from that team that's playing tonight. So, totally new squad of players. But it just, it was a weird place to come and play. And when you're not shooting well, things can happen on the road.
And it was earlier in the season last year. The
That's
rotation is flipped. Asia Smith. She knocks down the three-pointer.
She's got 12 now.
12 points now on the night for Asia Smith. Foul's going to be called. Alyssa Netherlane whistled for it. That's just the third team foul.
And 2 3-pointers. I mentioned earlier that she had a great game the first time these teams played. 18 points, but I think 9 of them came from the free throw line. She was 9 of 10 in that game. So she's doing it a lot differently here tonight.
Stolen away. Reagan Rotzel deflected it. Outlet pass to Alyssa Netherlane. Off the glass, no good. Bryant coming the other direction. 6:15 to play. We are in the second quarter. Live from Bryant tonight, and it is all Lady Cats leading 29-3. Good ball movement. 6:04 to play with the foul. The free throws upcoming for Robin Gordon. We'll all convene in North Little Rock next week. Cannot wait for the state tournament.
I was talking to you earlier before the game started. I'm already getting nervous about, just that state tournament play. It's a different vibe,
yes.
A totally different environment.
And you can't help but get caught up emotionally in the other games that are going on. And for somebody in every single game, everything they've worked for ends.
Right, yeah.
And the reality of that, the realization of that, can sometimes it's just fun.
It's raw.
It is raw. So it's in North Little Rock next week. If you can make it down, that'd be awesome. It'll be back in Conway at some point, hopefully in a few years. It's just a fun place to be, and it's our own version of March Madness. Starts into February, but we'll take March Madness once it gets here on Thursday. Cardrina Nolan comes up with the ball. Asia Smith, back of the rim, too strong. And Gordon gets the rebound. She made one of those 2 free throws, and it's 29-4. Our score 29-4. Double team right at the midcourt stripe, and the foul will be called. Looks like they're going to get Asia Smith for that one. 5 minutes and 41 seconds to play in the first half. Lady Cats up big, 29-4. Pass in the corner to Atkins. Atkins dribbles in the crease, blocked by Cardrina Nolan. Asia Smith out ahead of the break. Great ball movement over to Maya Yelder. Misses everything. Not a good effort on the break that time. Pass is too strong. And Conway will get it back. 5 minutes and 16 seconds to play in the first half. Conway leads 29-4. They led 25-3 after the first half of play. They were on a pace to win 100-12.
Hey,
I would have bet against that.
That Mount St. Mary's game, I was starting to wonder.
54-7 halftime?
Yeah,
that was crazy. Smith Skip pass, good ball movement. Yelder gets it. 3 seconds in the lane. It's getting to be springtime. People thinking about camping. That's it. Just a little camping in the lane. Doesn't hurt nobody. Spring break. That's right around the corner.
Well, she hasn't had many touches. She's looking to get some action.
True. Under 5 minutes to play in the first half. We apologize again if you're used to watching our broadcast and seeing our scoreboard with the clock at the top of the screen. There is something going on, some gremlin in the system, keeping that from working tonight, and our crew is down in front of us working on that to get it up and running. We will tell you that it is 29-4 with 4 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the first half. Your Lady Cats have the 29. Coming up at halftime, we're going to have a very special feature that was done on Maya Yelder and Asia Smith called Battle Scars, part of Spirit 52. And that is another three-pointer by Reagan Rotzel, her third, right at her season average of 9 points a game. Cardrina Nolan will tie it up. It's going to stay on this end. Our score now 32-4. 32-4 with 4:16 to play in the first half. But at halftime, we'll have that feature for you and get a chance to see a little bit about the story of these two juniors. It's really remarkable. I know you got to know Asia a little bit better in your feature you did on her.
Yeah, and it was interesting to hear her talk about the injury, because she started last year as a sophomore, but she missed her entire ninth grade year.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a wonder that she was even able to get back on the court her sophomore year, let alone start on a really talented senior-laden team.
First free throw is missed by Robin Gordon. There's one particular photo that Maya and Asia submitted to Zach Arns, who we've gotten to know from Northwest Arkansas, and did this video for Bo Mattingly's company. They're doing this whole series of Spirit 52, these 52 stories about high school athletics, and that they submitted it to them, and it's both of them laying side by side with their braces on and their scars visible post-surgery and rehab, and it's pretty emotional, pretty the neat story. Hope you'll stick around at halftime and watch it. Reagan Rotzel is getting some statewide attention as well, rightfully so. She is filling it up from outside. 35-5, her fourth three-pointer of the night. Lady Cats lead by 30. Relentless. The steal, Asia Smith goes up and gets fouled hard by Robin Gordon. 2 free throws coming up for Asia. She's well into double figures already.
I said it last week at Central. Well, I've been saying it for a few weeks now, but last week at Central, she really proved it. Talking about Reagan Rotzel.
Yes.
And late in that game, when they went down after leading the entire game, every time they needed a big shot, they found Rotzel for a three, and she hit it. And she's the secret weapon, I feel like, for this team. If that shot is falling next week,
yes,
they're going to be so dangerous.
If you have to pay attention to her, that you take just a moment of a break off of Asia Smith or Maya Yelder and watch them feed the ball inside to Cardrina Nolan. That's why this team, and I know that they've lost a couple of games, but so has everybody else had to play each other. This is a state title caliber basketball team without question. Another steal. Outlet to Alyssa Netherlane. Goes to the left hand, too strong. Tipping it out. Yelder. In the corner, Jada Pickens for three. Going to be a foul on the rebound, going the other direction. They'll get Cardrina Nolan for it.
I think
they don't do us any favors here at the Bryant Physical Education building on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they're not even putting fouls and points up on the board.
I can see team fouls from where I'm sitting, but there's a board to our left. You can see in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. There's nothing on that.
I think
the scoreboard.
I think that foul was on Chapman, because I'm pretty sure Cardrina's on the.
Then that would be very difficult for her to have been called for a foul. So Kaja Chapman got called for it. Free throw is good. Give you an update on the time and temperature is what I want to call it, because I'm old and I used to call time and temperature. I'll give you the time and the score. The time is 3:25 to go in the first half. Our score is 36-6. Now 36-7 following the made free throw. 36-7.
I reached out to Craig Connor the swim coach at Conway High. They have
Yes.
swim competition today, a state competition, I believe.
Yeah.
He replied back, said Anna Harris finished second in the 7A, 6A girls diving competition, earning all-state honors.
Congratulations,
Congrats.
Anna Harris. That's very exciting. Yeah, they bust out this morning and went and had that competition. Good to hear from Craig. Coach Connor, I guess is probably what they call him. Chapman. Jada Pickens in the near corner. Rebound, fighting for it. Alyssa Netherlane was working on Makisha Baker. Baker is going to go to the free throw line. 2 minutes and 54 seconds to go. We are in the first half. Again, what's at stake tonight for the Lady Cats is wrapping up the #1 seed. Both Northside playing Fort Smith Southside and North Little Rock playing Cabot are playing teams that they should take care of tonight with all sincerity. All three of these teams should win tonight. And if they all three win by 10, then it would continue that perfect triangle. But by way of the different tiebreakers, as you laid out in the car, thankfully, and the pregame show.
Paragraph B,
yes,
not paragraph C. I went straight to paragraph C, but that only comes in if paragraph B can't determine the tiebreaker. Then you go to paragraph C, and if you get down to a certain number in paragraph C, you go back to paragraph A. It's a whole thing.
It is.
But luckily,
exhausting.
We only had to pay attention to paragraph B. And in all scenarios, Conway, as long as they get the win here tonight, they're going to be in the driver's seat.
2:50 to play in the first half, and it is all Lady Cats. They're certainly handling things right now. 36-7 is our score. Again, our apologies for the scoreboard not being on the screen like normal. Working on that and hopefully have it back for the second half and then the boys game to follow. But it is 36-7, 2.5 to play. Yelder in the corner to Netherlane. Pickens thought about the three and thought again. Netherlane. Rebound to Jada Pickens. She'll bring it out. Around the perimeter, Maya Yelder. Barely draws iron. Out of bounds. Going to stay on this end. Good hustle by Makisha Baker, but unfortunately the ball was, unfortunately for her, out of bounds.
Yeah. Got a scoring update from the Northside-Southside game.
Okay.
Northside taking care of business so far in that. In the second quarter, 34-17.
Okay.
Looks like they went on a 15-0 run to start the second. So
that's
pulling away.
Northside, North Little Rock, us, Fayetteville, Central. I'm telling you, that Central team, if you got matched up with them, that could be trouble.
Yeah.
Reagan Rotzel missed that attempt.
And this is just my opinion, which, that's kind of what I'm supposed to be doing in this role.
Yes.
To me, Conway benefits the most by not being on the same side of the bracket as North Little Rock. That's my opinion, having watched these teams play this month. I think North Little Rock is the harder matchup for this Conway team.
Well, and not to mention the venue. When you consider that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Taking on North Little Rock before Hot Springs means you're taking on North Little Rock in their building, and it will be raucous, to say the least.
And we talked about the head-to-head, and Conway having the advantage over both in points margin in the head-to-head over both of those teams. Well, then if you break it down to see who gets the 2 seed, North Little Rock in that crazy multiple overtime game that they beat Northside, they won, I think it was by 4 or 5 points in that 5th overtime, whereas Northside, who beat North Little Rock just a week ago, they only won by 2. So North Little Rock, if they win tonight, they should be the 2 seed. Northside would be the 3.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. 3-point attempt is no good. Long rebound picked up by Jada Pickens. Conway leads very big here, 36-8. Reagan Rotzel, too strong on that three-pointer. Jada Pickens cleans it up but can't make the basket. Still loose. Cardrina's back in and she muscles that rebound. Yelder, she wants 3. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound by India Atkins. Stolen away by Pickens. Jada Pickens, the sophomore. Valuable minutes that she's getting this year. Asia Smith, 5 feet behind the 3-point line, drains it. Conway extends their lead. 1 minute to play in the first half. Lady Cats lead 39-8, another steal. Yelder Maya all the way in. She has fouled hard. And the junior will step to the free throw line.
It's a frustration foul right there from Baker.
Makisha Baker, her teammate Robin Gordon, talking to her a little bit. 2 free throws upcoming. This Lady Cat team earlier this week, they led 54-7 at halftime against Mount St. Mary, a team that has won 2 games this year. One of those was a forfeit win. So competition, obviously not like it is tonight, taking on a team that is 11-13, 6-7 overall. They will be the 5 seed. They're winning 41-8. An unbelievable performance on the road in this first half for the Lady Cats. Scoreboard is up and running. You can see that now, 40 seconds to go. And we'll need to add 2 points for the Lady Cats and 2 points for Bryant. Our score is 41-10. 41-10 is the score with less than a half a minute to go in this first half. Halftime coming up. The Conway Regional Health System halftime show. We are live tonight in Bryant. We've got a lot for you, including Battle Scars, that Spirit 52 story that Zach Arns and the folks that work for Bo Mattingly, Tyler Washner worked on that as well. Good to meet those guys. And that's coming up here at halftime. Final 3 seconds. Maya's got to shoot fast and does. All Conway. Lady Cats 44, Bryant 10. Time now for the Conway Regional Health System halftime show.
Hi, I'm Dr. Greg Kendrick with Conway Regional Health System. Conway Regional has been an important part of this community since 1938, providing excellent care with skill and compassion. But we're not just a hospital. Let me tell you about some of our fantastic facilities and services. Located off of College Avenue, just a few blocks down from the medical center, Conway Regional After Hours Clinic is equipped to handle a wide variety of problems for patients of all ages. If you need urgent care, and it's after work or on the weekend, the Conway Regional After Hours Clinic is open 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Conway Regional After Hours Clinic, your best option for after-hours care. Located on Robinson Avenue next to Laurel Park, the Conway Regional Rehabilitation Hospital is one of only 4 licensed inpatient rehab hospitals in the entire state. Patients are cared for by specially trained staff under the direction of an on-site physician who specializes in rehabilitation medicine. Conway Regional Rehab Hospital, your choice for comprehensive care to bring you one step closer to home. With 4 locations in Conway and Greenbrier, some with extended clinic hours, our dedicated team provides therapy services, including physical, speech, and occupational therapy, aquatic therapy, cardiac rehabilitation, sports outreach, and pelvic floor rehabilitation. At Conway Regional, we are committed to providing all of our patients the highest quality of care.
Well, we've been playing together since 2nd grade, and it's kind of hard to not click with each other.
Deja, we've been playing together for a long time, and she just knows how to play, and during the game, if I get down or whatever, like, she's always there to help.
I think they're like sisters. They're gonna hang out at times, they fight like sisters, but then at the end of the day, they love like sisters do too.
They're practically the same player. Defensively, both have great noses for the basketball, unselfish with the basketball, understand the game that they have to play to work together.
This is Spirit 52, recapturing the real spirit of high school sports in Arkansas. Presented by Gatorade and First Security Bank, inspiring us all to what's possible.
That's Asia Smith and Maya Yelder, 2 junior guards leading the Conway Lady Wampus Cats this season to near the top of the 7A Central standings. But before their great play this season, they had serious setbacks to overcome.
If I go down hurt, I don't cry, but the first thing that happened is I started crying. I was like, okay, has to be something serious.
When I first was going into surgery, she was there, like, just holding my hand. I was laying in the bed, about to cry, because I was scared. And I didn't want to be out of basketball.
When those two had the injury, we were like, oh man, what's that going to do for this class? You just never know how they're going to come back from an ACL injury.
They each tore their ACLs playing on the same AAU team the July before their 9th grade year. Asia her left knee and Maya her right knee. That forced them to sit out their entire freshman year for Conway.
For them to do it the same month, pretty much just had the same injury. I don't know if that was God saying, okay, Maya needs Asia and Asia needs Maya, and here we go.
I was hurting when I got to therapy, had to go every single day. They would just push my knee to like the breaking point every day. Like I'd be crying every day when I left therapy.
And we did the same thing for 8 months. And I was like, I need some running down the court, shooting. It was horrible.
I didn't go to school for like a month after surgery. Laid in the bed every day. I couldn't shower on my own. I had to get my food brought to me.
They tell you how long it should take, and it's about 6 months. And so when we were both at 6 months, we're like, when are we gonna get released? We're both like, it'll happen, just be patient. And so there were a lot of dark moments.
Since we didn't get to play basketball, we were like connecting outside of basketball, and I think that helped us connect better in basketball because we spent that outside time just being together.
We knew we were going to miss out on a full year of watching two talented athletes be on the court together, and we're enjoying the first of the 2 years we're going to get, but it would have been nice to have 3.
These two young ladies, they worked extremely hard the summer before their sophomore year, and I would say most people that watch, if they didn't know, they wouldn't know they had an ACL injury.
I would say that it is incredible that they've been able to come back, but that shows the resilience that they've got, the work ethic that they've got, and I know with any injury, you have a little bit of self-doubt that can come in. That's where other injuries occur. We haven't seen any of that this year.
Speaking of not seeing anything this year, the big bulky knee braces they each had to wear last season can no longer be found, and they say that's a good thing.
I hated the brace. I didn't wear the brace when I wasn't like under supervision. It was heavy, makes you run slower. I went to the doctor for this year, for the season. He was like, you don't need the brace. That was the biggest relief ever.
Maya hated hers. I was kind of like, okay, if I want to play, then I have to wear this brace. She got rid of hers completely, and I still wear this stretchy knee brace, and it just surrounds my kneecap. Next year, I look forward to getting completely out of it.
I was a little insecure about is when they got out of their brace. I really struggled with that. I knew if I were to lose either one of them, it would be detrimental to our season. Probably selfishly, I was like, let's stay in our brace as long as we can.
Now with the injuries behind them and a realistic shot at a state championship looming ahead of them this season, they want to come full circle and prove their hard road of recovery was worth it.
It was pretty crazy. I knew I'd be here, but I had no idea that I would tear my ACL. Coming back from the ACL is not anything easy.
And everything that they do really is a lockstep out that their whole careers, rehab, and now actually being on the court have played out.
I'm just thankful, like even getting to be here. I never thought like I would work my leg up to this point to be scoring 20 points like a game.
It's two girls that are probably going to play Division I basketball and do so at a high level. I don't know if they're going to be SEC level, but there's a chance for that.
I hope you enjoyed this week's story brought to you by First Security Bank. Here's a sneak peek at next week's episode.
Like, it's stuff that you see D1 players doing in college, not in high school, so it's just really surprising to watch.
I'm going to be honest with you. Marquisha is the most special talent I've ever seen in my 15 years.
Asia Smith drains the three-pointer. Good hands. Netta Lane knocked it loose. Smith gathered it up, finds Maya Yelder. And they find Maya Yelder. I left her open for 3, and she got it. Maya Yelder got it. Smith behind the back. Asia, 14 points. Eddie Cut's going to do something quick. Maya Yelder, three-pointer is good. Huge basket. And there you go.
I was like, wait.
We weren't actually
that
on
was part of the video?
No, that wasn't. We're back live. I hope you enjoyed that. I thought that really did a great job. Spirit 52, which is part of Bo Mattingly's production house up in Northwest Arkansas called Sport and Story. And they did that. Zach Arns, who you saw his name there, someone who we've gotten to know. He's the broadcaster for Springdale and approached us about being a part of that. And so we were glad to do it. And really, really pleased with how it turned out. And there'll be a couple of other stories later on this year that we will contribute to, that we look forward to being a part of.
I'm excited about those as well.
Yeah, it's pretty neat stuff. So that's great. Hope you enjoyed that. You'll be able to see that again, obviously, whenever you want to. It's on YouTube, on their website, which is sportandstory.com. You'll find it under Spirit 52. And thank you to them for giving us the rights to play that during halftime. Pretty entertaining 5 minutes there. Pretty entertaining 16 minutes so far of basketball, especially Well, I guess only if you're a Lady Cat fan. If you're a Bryant fan, you probably did not enjoy it at all. It's 44-10, a 34-point lead for your Lady Cats.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This stat here I'm about to read, when we talk about this volume principle, and when you shoot so many threes, even if you shoot a not great percentage, you're getting one more point each time you make one. And the Lady Cats made 10 in the first half. That's 30 of their 44 points came from the three ball, and it's just hard to keep pace with teams when they're doing that. In fact, Conway shot more three-pointers. Well, actually, the same amount of their three-pointers. They shot 28 three-pointers. Bryant only had 17 shots in the first half, and then 11 free throw attempts.
17 field goal attempts.
28
and 11
shot
free throws.
attempts.
Yeah.
And that's how many three-point attempts that the Lady Cats had.
And again, it's making them. It's making 10 of those, so 30 of the 44 points. It's 44-10. The Lady Cats are 2 quarters away from doing exactly what they came here to do, which was winning by 5. A 5-point win tonight locks up that #1 seed, and they would play at 4 o'clock on Friday at North Little Rock. And we will have the games live for you. We'll talk about the guys in a little while. The guys may be really in the middle of your workday.
Yeah.
And so 4 o'clock, you can skip your lunch and come down and watch the girls play, but possibly the guys will play at 2:30 on Wednesday or Thursday. We'll have the game again for you live. Be streaming those games, so you'll be able to watch them and keep up with the Wampus Cats next week. But we'll deal with the guys in a little while. The ladies are doing exactly what we thought they would do, which is take care of business to this point, leading 44-10. Leading the way, Asia Smith with 16 points. Reagan Rotzel, on the strength of 4 3-pointers, has got 12. Maya Yelder has 8. Jada Pickens with 6 points. Cardrina Nolan, the other Lady Cat on the board, she has scored 2.
Reagan Rotzel's like, come on, let's go.
Ready to play.
Shoot some more threes.
It is 6:56 in real time, like in the night. And so I'm sure what they're thinking is, got about 30 more minutes of work here. Let's just 30 more minutes of real time. We should be done with this in just a little while, and we can move on and get ready for next Friday in the state tournament. First things first, though, let's take care of things. That begins with a turnover and then a steal. Lady Cats right on the way back. Asia Smith in front of her bench. Reagan Rotzel, Maya Yelder, Cardrina Nolan, Alyssa Netherlane. Those 5 have been the starters all year for Coach Nance, and they have played great basketball, trying to get their 25th win of the year tonight. 24-3 coming into tonight's game. Reagan Rotzel. Rebound pulled down by Kalia Walker.
It's crazy how many times that they've hit this win mark in the last few years. You gotta take it for granted as a Conway fan.
I want to tell you another crazy stat. Hey, just stay with me on this one. But if you take the first halves of their last 2 games, so the first half against Mount St. Mary and the first half against Bryant, they were leading those 2 teams by a combined score of 98-17. 98-17 advantage in the first halves of the last 2 games. Free throw is missed by Baker. So they're playing good basketball at the right time.
I think what you're saying is if they tried just a little bit harder, they would have an even 100.
That's exactly what I mean. Why aren't they trying harder?
Yeah, why?
And so we'll keep an eye on the other scores. Really, it's not going to matter because Conway has got their big lead. Northside, last I checked, was leading big. North Little Rock, as long as they're taking care of business against Cabot.
Yeah, I haven't seen a score in the North Little Rock game. Into the third, though, between Fort Smith, Northside, and Southside. Northside up by 25 points, so they've got a comfortable lead there.
So it looks like they're going to take care of things, and if North Little Rock does the same, if we understand the tiebreakers right, it'll be Conway 1, North Little Rock 2, Northside 3.
And it looks like North Little Rock is up 33-16 at the half over Cabot.
Okay, so they're on their way too.
Everything's going to play out exactly like we expected and hoped that it would.
Alyssa Netherlane for 3. At back of the rim, no good, but Rotzel gets the rebound. Maya Yelder. It's 47-10. Too strong on the 3-point attempt by Asia Smith. Reagan Rotzel Well, the Bryant defender, Atkins, didn't have to hustle for it that much. It was good hustle, but it was going to be Bryant basketball. Tiara Trotter dribbles in and kicks it out. Atkins in the corner, three-point attempt by Walker, no good. Baker with the rebound, kicking it out to Walker again. Another try at it, gets it to go that time, and it's 47-12. 5.5 minutes to play. We are live tonight in Bryant. Glad you're with us. If you're following along at home, you can tweet at us at 5 Sports Live. Find us on Facebook as well. We love knowing, of course, that folks are out there watching these Lady Cats and watching Reagan Rotzel continue to be dominant from outside. Her fifth, is that her fifth three-pointer now?
Yes, yep.
50-12.
She's had a night. She's had a night for sure.
Five minutes, 11 seconds to play. We're in the third quarter. Lady Cats up big. And it is going to be an entertaining week of basketball next week in North Little Rock. Both Conway teams are in the tournament. Both Bryant teams are in the tournament. Great ball movement. Reagan Rhodes a little too strong. Rebound, fighting for it. Still loose. Makisha Baker, not afraid. Comes up swinging.
Yeah, she's been a little physical tonight.
A little bit.
But you know what? Being down by 38 points will do that to you.
50-12. Gordon passes too long. Alyssa Netherlane hustles. It'll be back court. Good job by the Lady Cats defensively the last couple of games. You start looking ahead to next week. Looks like Conway is going to get that number 1 seed. Bryant is already locked into the 5. That means if Bryant were to win their first round game in the state tournament next week, Conway's first game of the state tournament would be against these Lady Hornets. Knocked out of bounds.
Just another miscue by Bryant there, as they've struggled with turnovers tonight, been out-rebounded, certainly outshot by this Lady Cat offense.
Just outplayed in every area of the game.
But this is a good opportunity, though, for this team to really close out with a strong second half. When we talked about it throughout the conference play, they really haven't had a full 4-quarter game.
That's right. Makisha Baker gets the layup. Cardrina Nolan, left hand, soft off the glass. 50-14. Now 52-14. Inside again to Baker. Kicking it out, Netherlane. 2-on-1. Pass difficult for Cardrina Nolan to come up with, but she spins and gets the basket. Timeout call just to get new players in. Conway leading 52-14. And we'll see some new Lady Cats in. T. Rector's checked in. Kaja Chapman and Jada Pickens are in the game. Tamia Watson is in the game. Correction, Tamia Wiseman is in the game. If there is a Tamia Watson, she's not in the game.
She's at home.
She's at home, Tamia Watson. And then Ebony Kyle is checked in, number 22. 3 more minutes of the third quarter, and then the clock will run for the entire fourth quarter as the Lady Cats are up by 40. Good move to the basket, can't get the shot to go. Kaja Chapman gets the rebound. Wiseman. Foul will be called. That is the third team foul. No team fouls, correction. That is the first team foul on the Lady Hornets. Conway's been called for a couple here in the second half. That'll be another team foul. It's a second.
Have to check and see if, when I get a new set of stats. But Cardrina kind of came on there in the last few minutes. I don't know what point total she ended up with, but
Jada Pickens goes for the block, and she gets fouled. What you're laughing about is the same thing I saw. I'll let you tell him.
yeah, Jada Pickens looks over across the court at Coach Nance and is like, what did I do? And Coach Nance gives the double thumbs up, which of course is, jump ball.
Yep. It wasn't a foul. It was a jump ball.
It was just funny how Nance did it.
Oh,
she's
very
just sitting
nonchalant,
back,
yeah.
just thumbs up.
The body language of someone up 54-15, knowing that her team is going to be the #1 seed going into the state tournament. You set goals as the year goes on, and I don't know exactly what the goals are for this team, but I would assume one of the goals to get to where you want to get is to win your conference. Be the #1 seed. That's the best path to the state championship. That's going to be completed tonight.
It's funny that you talk about goals because that's one of the things that Asia mentioned this week in doing the feature with her is, and of course we didn't start doing our broadcast until conference play, and by then we knew already, wow, this is a good team again. But in the preseason there were a lot of, let's say doubters. They only had one returning starter coming back. That was Asia Smith, and a lot of really good teams in the rest of this league. And so she felt like the goal this year was to just prove everyone wrong, and here they are, late February, and leading the 7A Central. And then, of course, deeper than that, they want to go to state and they want to be in that final game. But I thought it was interesting getting that perspective of, people were doubting us coming into this year because they thought we were going to be really young and maybe not have that same spark.
India Atkins scores on the other end for Bryant, and then a turnover as the Lady Cats kind of limp into the end of the third quarter here. Still leading big, 54-19, but.
And this is just what Conway does, right? The Lady Cats have been doing this really ever since Nance came. And
right.
I mean, even before that, they had success too, but it wasn't this long, sustained success like we've seen.
25 wins a year.
Yeah, this last half decade.
Yeah.
And then, we saw it Tuesday night. The junior high squad was honored. They won their league, and the guys did too. So I think the future, it just seems to always remain bright for these Lady Cats.
Going to be a free throw upcoming. Jada Pickens. (56-19). Free throw is missed. Out of bounds. Going to stay on Conway's end. Again, looks like Conway is going to wrap up this #1 seed, so that means we'll remind you again as we go along, their next game will be 4 o'clock on Friday. So a week from today at 4 o'clock live from North Little Rock. And we will have the broadcast for you live on Channel 5 and 585 on Conway Corp Cable. If you need to watch the game online or a mobile device or something, go to conwaycorp.com/WC, the number 2GO, Wampus Cats 2GO, and you'll be able to watch them live next week in what will be the state quarterfinals against the 4 seed from the West, and we're not sure who that's going to be yet. Maybe Van Buren, possibly Springdale, actually. Looks like they could have a chance at that too. And they'll play the winner, or they'll play Bryant. And so if Bryant were to win next week in their first round game, this team that we're seeing Conway dominate tonight would be their quarterfinal matchup next week. Robin Gordon scores, and it's 56-21. Jada Pickens dribbles the ball off of her leg. Turnover. Ball goes back to Bryant. It was 44-10 at halftime. Deep three-pointer just as the horn was sounding to end that first half. Gave the Lady Cats that margin, up 34 at halftime. Gordon. That's Walker. Can't get the shot to fall. Wiseman comes out of there with it. Tamia into the corner. Good move along the baseline, and the shot is up and in by Jada Pickens. Lady Cats up 58-21.
And I don't expect to see Pickens or Chapman in for too much longer. They're your 6th and 7th Lady Cats off the bench.
Gordon's follow won't go. Chapman Outlet pass to Pickens. Three-pointer at the buzzer, no good. And we go to the final 8 minutes, and the clock will run with Conway up enough that they are going to let the sportsmanship rule be in effect. Conway up 58-21. We take 60 seconds, and the fourth quarter is next on Conway Corp Channel 5.
At U.S. Truck Accessories, we've got everything you need to accessorize your ride. We carry a huge variety of truck accessories, including bed covers and camper shells painted to match your truck, starting at only $995. Plus, U.S. Truck Accessories is your trailer hitch headquarters. Whether you need a gooseneck hitch, fifth wheel, or receiver hitch, we've got you covered. We're also the area's newest Go-Light dealer. We offer quality products at competitive prices and installation on everything we sell. U.S. Truck Accessories, 1335 East Oak Street in Conway.
Since 1902, Odd Insurance has been protecting what's important to you, featuring Auto Owners Insurance. Auto Owners is ranked among the Fortune 500 14 years in a row.
We were victims of the tornadoes of both 2011 and 2014. Our Odd Insurance agents worked really hard to make sure we were fully compensated for our losses.
You ought to call us today. That's Odd Insurance in downtown Conway.
See Lydia York on the court, number 3.
She's someone I've got my eye on.
Yes.
Heading into next season.
Watching her in the JV games, but also getting some varsity time last Tuesday night. She's a good one. There's a bunch of good ones, including Olivia Kilgore, who's a 6'1 sophomore, wears 32. Yeah, if I were the other teams in the 7A Central, I'd be like, serious?
Right.
Serious. All right, so it's 58-21. Clock's going to run, so this is going to go pretty fast. What do you see stats-wise that has stood out to you other than just dominance?
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll talk about the obvious. You have 3 Lady Cats in double figures led by Asia Smith with 19, so she outdid herself from the previous matchup with Bryant. Reagan Rotzel with 15 points off of a 5 for 12 shooting performance from the three-point line. And then Jada Pickens, the other player in double figures with 10 points, which, you know, she got a lot of her action there in the third quarter. And other than that, just looking at the numbers, they made 12 three-pointers tonight. So, but they shot 37. So they shot 32%, but that's still about a point or 2 points better than their season average, depending on, you know, week to week. And again, they shot 37 and made 12. So back to that whole just getting more shots up than the other team situation. Only got to the free throw line 7 times in just 3 quarters of action. So they were just really getting offensive rebounds. They out-rebounded Bryant 36-28. They had more offensive rebounds than they had defensive rebounds, 19-17. They just kept getting second and third looks and kept finding ways to get it to Rotzel or get it to, you know, Maya Elder had a few tonight as well. And shots just falling for this Lady Cats team tonight.
India Atkins at the free throw line. She makes the first and makes the second. 61-26. 6 minutes and 10 seconds to get the clock running here in the fourth.
You look at Asia Smith's line, 19 points. She had 18 points last time these teams played, but 9 of her points in that game came from the free throw line.
Right.
Tonight, she only got to the free throw line twice and was 1 of 2. So she was doing it from the field primarily tonight. But she also, am I reading this right? Yeah, she was 4 of 7 from the 3-point line. So nice little 3-point output from her as well.
This is Olivia Kilgore, 6'1", a sophomore. Look for her to be the Kaija Chapman to Kaija Chapman next year. Second one is good. Kilgore makes them both. It is 63-26. 5 minutes to play. We will wrap this one up. Tamia Wiseman with the steal. She goes for the layup. Can't get it to go. Out of bounds. We'll stay on this end. Conway basketball.
And we talked about it in the first half. Just mention this again, the way that the tiebreaker works. So let me go back to my
You're not going to do it from memory?
Page over. I probably could, but so Rule 12 of the handbook states basketball tie-breaking procedures for all classes. Part A of Rule 12 is if 2 teams are tied. Well, that's not
true.
the case.
There's 3 teams.
So we go down to Section B of Rule 12. This is if three or more teams are in a tie from regular season conference play. Tiebreaker procedures will be, number 1, head-to-head competition. So you look at the matchups for these 3 teams that are tied, North Little Rock, Northside, and Conway. Conway has the advantage over both Northside and North Little Rock. We mentioned they lost to Northside by 2, but won by, I think, 4 or 5. I can't remember exactly.
Right.
Same situation with North Little Rock. They beat them by 5, but lost to them by 4, which we talked about it at the time in that North Little Rock game. If you recall, Asia Smith came down with seconds left and put up a 3 and got fouled. So she had 3 free throws. I can't remember. I think she made
2 of the 3, but right before that happened, North Little Rock had an uncontested layup underneath, and the player got distracted and was going to try. She didn't know what to do to pass it or shoot it, and she walked as she made the layup. So that took those 2 points off the board.
That was huge.
So those 2 points come off the board. We make 2 free throws. Those 4 points are why Conway's the number 1 seed.
Yeah, it really is. Those few points in that game, that's the difference between Conway being the 1 or
potentially the 3.
Potentially the 3, yeah. So that's kind of a crazy thing. So that's as far down as you need to go because Conway has the advantage over both of them. And then when you look at North Little Rock and Northside, North Little Rock beat Northside by 4 or 5 in that 5 overtime game, and then Northside only beat them by 2 in their win. So it's going to break down as Conway the 1, North Little Rock the 2, and Northside the 3. And I said it earlier, I'll say it again. I think this is the best path for Conway to not be on the same side of the bracket as North Little Rock because I think out of all the teams, Fayetteville included, and even Central, I think North Little Rock poses the most danger to this Conway team, getting to the final game.
Yeah, and to anybody, just based on not only talent level, but also, and it happened to us a few years ago when we hosted the state tournament. We had a great team, but we were unmatchable at home. I mean, just the environment, everything was perfect the way it all lined up. And, not only for North Little Rock's girls, but also for their guys, it's going to be tough to beat them in that building next week.
And Conway's done it once this year, but that was kind of a different situation. They didn't have their best player. So, yeah, absolutely. You don't want to have to face them in the state tournament at their place.
Less than 2 minutes to go. We mentioned that we were talking about what happened in those final few moments of the North Little Rock game. Even the last couple of weeks, I don't know if you saw it in the Log Cabin Democrat, but David McCollum had a great article that kind of replayed everything in those last few minutes about how can moments you make huge changes. And so it was great to see that written, and David did a great job with that column explaining really exactly what happened for anybody who wasn't actually watching our broadcast or didn't pick up on those minutes and how important they were. And I'll tell you, one of the things I'm most proud about, our coaching staff completely recognized that.
They knew for
you
sure.
could see their reactions to the missed free throw. Asia hit 2 of them, but missed 1.
Yeah, I mean, she was Vance was upset.
And saw the big picture, and it is certainly a big picture that has led to what's going to end up being a number 1 seed for the Lady Cats. Not sure what's happened here. They've taken everybody off the court. Not everybody off the court.
Sounds like a technical situation. Just, you don't usually clear players out
for anything else. You're right.
So that's interesting.
Either probably is. It could have been an intentional foul, but since there are 2 people shooting, then there's got to be a technical somewhere. We are broadcasting the game from across the way, as I like to say. And so everything is being directed at the scores table, which is it should be, but there's no public address announcer here, and they don't really do much on the scoreboards, and so it's kind of a step back in time to peach baskets and lanterns.
I love this
I know you
gym.
love this place.
They need to call it Bryant Fieldhouse.
I would agree with that. Yeah, this has a Fieldhouse feel to it. It's going to have a feel like a Conway Lady Cat dominating victory tonight. Robin Gordon scores to make it 63-30. Final few seconds, and the Lady Cats are going to be able to have a happy bus ride back home and then start the work against whoever they might play. And again, it could be this same Bryant team that they will be playing. Final score 63-30, and strike up the band. The Bryant band playing as we are in Bryant tonight, but it's the Lady Cats who are going to be the happiest tonight right now. 63-30, a 30-point win for the Lady Cats. That's plenty to get the #1 seed. We expected this to happen, and the Lady Cats did exactly what they needed to do.
Yeah, just recapping these numbers again for your Lady Cats tonight. 3 players in double figures, led by Asia Smith with 19 points and 4 of 7 of 3-point shooting. That's a good sign for her as we head into the state tournament. Then you had Reagan Rotel with 15, all of that coming from behind the 3-point line. Yeah, and Jada Pickens with 10. This team put up 39 3-point attempts tonight and made 13, so right at 33% on the night, which is above their season average and a good sign as we head into the state tournament.
All of the ladies' games should be finishing around the state. And so what we're going to do between games here is that we'll go through and get the scores, try to figure it all out and get a good idea of exactly who Conway could be playing. If we can figure out who the 4 seed from the West is, they're playing Bryant next week. The winner of that game will be who your Lady Cats play at 4 o'clock on Friday. Again, we'll have the broadcast for you live on Conway Corp Channel 5 and 585 and online at conwaycorp.com/WC to go. All right, we're going to be here getting ready for the guys game that's coming up. During the break here, we'll have some entertainment for you, including kind of a behind-the-scenes look at what happens with the broadcast that we do, to look at some of our football stuff that we do. But it's the same crew, the same group doing the same things, and so hope you enjoy that. And then we'll be back here in just a few minutes with the tip-off of the guys game on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Hi, I'm Dr. Greg Kendrick with Conway Regional Health System. Conway Regional has been an important part of this community since 1938, providing excellent care with skill and compassion. But we're not just a hospital. Let me tell you about some of our fantastic facilities and services. Located off of College Avenue, just a few blocks down from the medical center, Conway Regional After Hours Clinic is equipped to handle a wide variety of problems for patients of all ages. If you need urgent care, and it's after work or on the weekend, the Conway Regional After Hours Clinic is open 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Conway Regional After Hours Clinic, your best option for after-hours care. Located on Robinson Avenue next to Laurel Park, the Conway Regional Rehabilitation Hospital is one of only 4 licensed inpatient rehab hospitals in the entire state. Patients are cared for by specially trained staff under the direction of an on-site physician who specializes in rehabilitation medicine. Conway Regional Rehab Hospital, your choice for comprehensive care to bring you one step closer to home. With 4 locations in Conway and Greenbrier, some with extended clinic hours, our dedicated team provides therapy services, including physical, speech, and occupational therapy, aquatic therapy, cardiac rehabilitation, sports outreach, and pelvic floor rehabilitation. At Conway Regional, we are committed to providing all of our patients the highest quality of care.
Live at Panther Stadium. Good evening. It's Jeff Matthews and Levi Gilbert, and we are here tonight as your Conway Wampus Cats play on the road against the Cats. Welcome back to Bryant. It is Jeff and Levi with you. And for the second consecutive Friday night that we've been on the road, we have been is it the third straight Friday?
Yeah.
Being a senior night. Were we there senior night 3 weeks ago?
No. Yeah,
No,
senior night, second straight.
2 weeks in a row, to be somebody's senior night opponent. So that causes for an extended break between games. But we are just a few moments away from the tip-off of the guys' game. If you're just joining us, the Lady Cats won big. The game got closer at the end, but by closer I mean 30-ish. But it was a dominating performance, and they got that victory over Bryant. With everything else that happened tonight, which is everything kind of as we expected it to, the bracket is set for next week's state tournament on the girls' side. Conway is the 1 seed. They will play on Friday at 4 in North Little Rock again. Our broadcast will happen live on Channel 5 and 585 if you've got Conway Corp cable. If you do not, or if you're not in front of your television, you need to watch it online or on your mobile device, conwaycorp.com/WC to go. They will face the winner of Van Buren and Bryant. So the team that Conway just played could be their opponent in the first round.
Yeah.
They are on the opposite side of Fayetteville and North Little Rock. This bracket really...
Teams that have beaten them
Yes.
the last 2 times they were in a state championship
That's
game.
right. Got to take care of business, but I'm telling you, your Lady Cats are sitting as pretty as they possibly could right now going into next week.
So,
All right.
yeah.
So we'll tie a little bow on the Lady Cats for now, and we'll set that aside and get ready for next week. All eyes now on the Wampus Cats. They're taking on Bryant tonight. This Bryant team has got exactly to play for what your Wampus Cats do. That's a win and a 3 seed taking on the 6 from the West. Both teams can still be the 4 if they were to lose. Both teams could also drop, and it gets really difficult when you start to drop. So you want to win to get that 3 seed. And we'll see. But both teams are playing for the same thing. I expect tonight to be intense.
Yeah, the game you're going to want to watch, if you're wondering, well, how could they get to the 5, is that Cabot-North Little Rock game. If Cabot can find a way to upset North Little Rock, and then Conway loses tonight, they potentially could drop down to that 5 seed. And Cabot is coming off an upset win over Northside on Tuesday, the defending state champs. So, Cabot could very well pull off that upset tonight. So it's really important that Conway just take care of business and get the win here tonight and sure up that 3 seed.
I have absolutely driven myself crazy trying to figure out all of it. And so
all the red yarn and push pins.
Here's what I think is true. We can't fall to 6, but we could be the 5.
We could be the 5,
So 3, 4, or 5 is where Conway's going to fall. We'll know in just a few hours.
And like you said, there's a big difference between being the 5 and being the 3 in terms of who you face in that first round.
Who you would match up with from the other side, from the West. And the West is a big mess. I think Fayetteville has locked up the number. I don't even know if they have. Yeah, none of the 6 seeds on the West have been decided. So there's a lot of work to do over there tonight. So we're
going to be
we'll try to keep up with it. Levi's going to do that and make all those noises. And we will be watching basketball here tonight. I'll pull the curtain back to tell you this. They haven't played the national anthem yet, unless they did it before we got here.
They did, like way before the JV game.
Yeah.
We were here for the entire JV game, the girls' game.
So I don't know if we will have a national anthem here in a moment. If we do, of course, we will we'll be quiet and we'll be respectful and be prepared for that as part of our broadcast. Otherwise, we're just moments away from the tip. Conway and Bryant tonight. These two teams played a really good game just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I was looking back at the final stat sheet from that game. 3-point loss for Conway. And I was looking back trying to see, well, what was it? I mean, what really led to that loss? Because Conway was favored to win that game, and they shot well from the free throw line. They had 24 points from the free throw line. They shot, not so well from the 3-point line. That's what that really was. They were 1 of 20 for 5% from the 3-point line. That was a killer, and they had a 6-point second quarter. We've talked all season about those single-digit quarters and how they come back to haunt Conway.
You want fewer 6-point quarters and more 31-point quarters, which is what they did in the fourth quarter. They scored 31 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean,
so
it was a 3-point game, but it took a tremendous comeback attempt from this Conway Wampus Cat team.
As you can see, we are going to have our national anthem now prior to the tip-off of the boys' game. So the Bryant High School band playing the national anthem tonight.
Were they?
I don't know. Where was that coming from?
It was not the band.
It wasn't the band?
I was going to say there were two things I was thinking of during that.
Oh, I'm
that
so
national
sorry.
anthem.
Well, okay, tell me what happened.
The first thing I was thinking of was Fergie.
Oh, yeah.
The second thing I was thinking of is, what? You got a band.
So why didn't the band do it?
Why weren't they playing?
Huh. But they
Again,
played.
More respect to the Courtside Cats for the best national anthem performance every week at Conway.
Was the recorded version they just played of a band, though?
It sounded like it, yeah. It sounded like an orchestra of some type. Maybe it was the Bryant band.
Recorded.
But they've got a pretty decent band over here in the.
They can play some Bruno Mars. Why can't they play some? I started to say F. Scott Fitzgerald, but that isn't Francis Scott Key. That's who I'm thinking of.
Different talents.
Yes.
But yeah.
All right, so here come the starters. Wampus Cat starters have been introduced. Now your starters for Bryant. The Hornets come in 16-10. They are 7-6 overall. Rodney Lambert is a 6-foot junior. He starts for Mike Abrahamson. Number 2, Kalen Robinson also is a starter. There's Sam Chumley, 6'4" senior. Darren Canada, 6'3" senior. Duran Canada, he is the starter in the middle for this team. These Hornets, again, 16-10, 7-6 in the conference. They are playing for the exact same thing the Wampus Cats are, and that is the number 3 seed in the state tournament next week.
It's pretty simple, right?
It is.
It was very simple for the Lady Cats in their game. It's very simple for Conway tonight. Win, you're the 3 seed. Lose, and potentially could drop all the way down to 5, but most likely 4.
Kylan Milton, Caleb London, Scott Ashby, Blake Bradshaw, and Terry Clardy. Those are your 5 starters for the Wampus Cats. Again, just to mention what happened a few weeks ago, it was a 6-point second quarter, and the Wampus Cats just found themselves trailing too big a hole. They've done that so many times this year, and they can't afford to do that again, especially on the road tonight, live in Bryant. Here come the Wampus Cats. There are some of the classy students who are over in the corner behind the Cat bench. We'll keep an eye on them tonight. Here's Scott Ashby, baseline to Kylan Milton. Bradshaw working inside, trying to find it. Work it around. Good move to the basket, can't finish. That's Caleb London. Rebound from Sam Chumley. Kalen Robinson for 3. Front of the rim, no good. Rebound, still loose, fighting for it. Bryant comes out of there with it. That's Lambert. 3-point attempt by Duran Canada is good. That's Terry Clardy. Ashby. Back to Clardy. In the corner. Moving the ball around the perimeter, being patient. Wampus Cats looking for their first points of the night. And they will have to come from the free throw line potentially. 6:48 to go. We are just underway tonight in Bryant.
Talking about this previous matchup between these two teams back in January. 24 points from Caleb London. Just a phenomenal output from him. And then you had Milton with 16 and Terry Clardy with 12. He seems to be that swing factor now for this Conway team, because Milton and London really have kind of settled into their role as the lead scorers. But Clardy, man, when he's got that athleticism going and that shot falling, he could be a real difference maker for Conway.
That's Cameron Hunter to Chumley. Canada, baseline. Decides against the shot. All the way to the basket, but there is a foul called on the floor. Coach Salty longing. He has led this team to a 16-9 record, 7-6 overall. Some big wins over North Little Rock this year. Held their own in some really difficult situations. 6.5 to play. First quarter. Senior night tonight for Bryant. Canada, one of those seniors. In the corner to one of the sophomores. He'll end up being their best player for sure. Kalen Robinson. Robinson, a sophomore that was the MVP of the state title game a year ago. Played at Episcopal Collegiate and transferred to Bryant during the offseason.
Yeah, you were saying that on the ride up here, and that was there's gotta be some story there. I'd be interested to know, but
That's
a
him.
talented player.
Yeah.
Great playoff experience for this Bryant squad.
That's number 2 that we're talking about there, Kalen Robinson. Chumley in the corner for 3. In and out, no good. Scott Ashby with the rebound. Ashby delivers it to Caleb London. Charge. Going to get Caleb London for the foul. And these Wampus Cats, 3.5 in. Correction, 2.5 in. 1 point. Ethan Heikert will check in.
Got a shoe tying situation.
Ah, well, you should always tie your shoes.
It's important.
Hunter, Robinson, Chumley, Lambert, Heikert on the court right now. The pointer is good. That's Canada. And it's 9-1. Ashby. Bounce pass to Clardy. Someone needs to make a basket. Instead, it's stolen away. Robinson gives the ball up. Shot is missed. Still loose. On the floor. Going to be a jump ball. Did they call a timeout? No indication yet.
I think they called a jump. The ref closest to us called a jump ball.
Oh, I couldn't see him.
And he's pointing possession, staying with
All
Bryant.
right. So that's what it is.
I can just barely see like the upper fifth of his body.
I have a wall between me and most of the court. I might as well be sitting in all of your living rooms because that's pretty much what I'm able to watch is the television set. Kylan Milton, another charge.
Definitely not the first half of the first quarter that you wanted for your Conway Wampus Cats.
Not at all. Lerome Thompson's going to check in. So we've got 3 personal fouls have been called against the Wampus Cats, so 3 team fouls. Only 1 against Bryant so far. We're 3.5 in, and it has been all Hornets, 9-1. Canada gets 2 Wampus Cats in the air. There's a foul. Or knocked out of bounds. Again, my apologies. It's I can't see the whole court, so there's a little bit of some challenges to try to call the game. So there was not a foul there. Not a foul there either. Ashby out of there with it. Good idea on the bounce pass, but Kalen Robinson got in front of it and then traveled with the basketball. So Conway's going to keep it underneath their own goal. 4:16, 4:15, 4:14 to play in the first quarter. 4:14, and the Cats have just scored a point. Lerome Thompson finds Ashby between the circles, directs traffic a little bit. Thompson, Ashby. Bradshaw across the top of the post. Can't get it to him. Ashby. Good idea to Bradshaw. Lerome Thompson wants 3. Big basket. Cats needed that. It's 9-4.
That's a nice sign, too, because Bryant's not going to get out of this zone until you give them reasons to. And shooting, 1 of 20 from the three-point line.
Yeah.
Last time they played, Bryant's going with that zone strategy.
Basket is up and in. It's 11-4. Lerome Thompson just hit the three-pointer a moment ago. First made for a field goal for the Wampus Cats, and back-to-back possessions with made three-pointers. Maybe they'll have to come out of that zone quicker than they had anticipated. Kalen Robinson to Hunter. In the corner, that's Heichert. Three-point attempt by Kalen Robinson. Front of the rim, no good. And some life in these Wampus Cats now. Just under 3 minutes to play in quarter number one. Ashby. Caleb London, bottom of the net. 11-10. Great run here by the Wampus Cats to cut the lead to 1.
He's getting hot, Jeff.
Caleb London scored 24, 26 in the first game.
Keep finding ways to get him the ball.
Robinson with the Euro step, which they used to call a travel. It's 13-10.
Some people call it the crab step.
The crab step? I can see that. And maybe that's not the official Euro step, but it sure looks like it. Lerome Thompson. Blake Bradshaw, that's a big, big offensive rebound and follow. 2 minutes to play in the first quarter, 1-point game. Ja'Kylan Kaiser's at the scorer's table to check in. The next whistle. Shot is no good. Rebound. That is Caleb London. London, strong to the basket, too strong off the glass. 1-point game after Conway trailed by a bunch. Hunter all the way in. No help on the defensive side. And now a technical foul has been called, I believe, on Cameron Hunter. Technical foul called on number 1 for Bryant. Cameron Hunter whistled for the technical.
And I don't necessarily disagree with Coach Abramson, because he just got back up and happened to run into the path of the ball as it was being inbounded. Looks like the ref was unhappy with the way he hit the ball down, but I don't know, it didn't really seem intentional to me.
Lerome Thompson at the free throw line to shoot the technical free throws. 1:27 to go in the first quarter.
But a really nice opportunity here early for Conway to keep pace, but maybe swing this thing around if they can get the 2 free throws here and then get another bucket on the possession.
Mike Abramson, good look at him by our camera crew. Still not happy.
I don't disagree with him, because, I mean, he made the bucket, fell to the ground, and then got up and was running and just happened to get in the way of the inbound pass from Conway. I'm not really sure what the technical was called for.
Christian Williams is in the game. Ja'Kylan Kaiser also checked in. And the Wampus Cats a chance to take the lead following those 2 made free throws by Lerome Thompson. Christian Williams, too strong. The rims are tight. Bounced over the back of the backboard, and Coach Abramson still talking. He may end up with a technical of his own. Minute to go. It is 15-14.
If that happens, you know, just so be it.
You tried to have his side for a little bit.
I mean, yeah, you know, but I understand his complaint. But I also wouldn't be torn up if it leads him to getting a technical at some point in the game, because he's already kind of hot about it, you know?
Yeah, it could. Chumley back in. Throws the ball to Kalen Robinson. 45 seconds to play. We're in the first quarter. It was all Bryant for most of the quarter. And Conway has fought back on the strength of some three-point shooting and made it a 1-point game, 15-14. That'll be the 5th team foul against the Wampus Cats. 2 have been called against Bryant, including that that technical foul. Half a minute to go. Again, the winner wraps up the 3 seed. The loser's most likely the 4, but there are some scenarios where that could change, and we'll watch that throughout the second half. But the easy path to being the 3rd seed is just win tonight. Charge.
Scott's man.
They will get Rodney Lambert charging into Ja'Kylan Kaiser.
Not to be confused with the Scotsman.
No, right. No, not the Scotsman. But indeed, Scott's
man. Scott likes him some Ja'Kylan Kaiser.
Caleb London, 3 seconds. Lerome Thompson, 2 seconds. Christian Williams. What a huge basket. At the buzzer, the Wampus Cats take their first lead of the night. Conway 17, Bryant 15. 60 seconds and we're back to Bryant on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Your life is about to change forever, and Conway Regional will be with you every step of the way. We're committed to being the best. That's why our OBGYNs won't deliver anywhere else. Your newborn will benefit from our groundbreaking nursery alliance with Arkansas Children's Hospital. And as you adapt to the new world that's in front of you, know that everyone at Conway Regional is all on the same team. Yours. One team, one promise. Conway Regional.
Well, what an interesting first quarter. Conway
Right?
took forever to get on the board, and then they stormed back. A Christian Williams three-pointer at the buzzer, giving them a 2-point lead.
Yeah, they were trailing 9-1 at one point, and then closed out the quarter with 16 points, and getting their first lead of the game off your man, instant offense, Christian Williams. And credit should go to Lerome Thompson, because what a beautiful pass and the vision to see him across court to get the ball to him in time to get that shot off.
Into the second quarter now. Wampus Cats leading by 2. Winner gets the 3 seed next week. 3-point basket. Ja'Kylan Kaiser, huge offensive rebound. Give him 2 offensive rebounds and 2 points on the follow. Ja'Kylan Kaiser playing strong inside. Cats are up by 4. See some of our classy students over there in the corner.
We were worried about Conway's three-point shooting last time they played Bryant, 5%, 1 of 20. So far tonight, already 4 of 6.
So that's better.
A lot better, yeah.
Duran, Canada.
And they're not really known for being a three-point shooting team, so.
Right. Canada gets Kaiser in the air, strong move, and then kick out to Chumley. No good. Rebound. Going to be a goaltending. Cottrell Wallace will check in. Good look at Salty Longing in his first year as the head coach. Will Kennedy back there, along with some of the other Wampus Cat football players and other athletes. If it'll ever quit raining, the baseball and softball teams will get their seasons going.
Don't even get me started on that.
6.5 to play. We are in the second quarter. Thompson, Williams, London, good ball movement around the perimeter. Thompson, ball fake and a shot. Kaiser, how about Ja'Kylan Kaiser off the bench? Little Draymond over there.
Yeah, he's had 4 big points here early in the second.
21-17. We're 2 minutes into the second quarter.
Yeah, it's nice to have classy students here right behind the bench.
Yeah.
For this Conway team, getting them
And a lot of the Lady Cats are over there making some noise as well, cheering on the guys team, trying to get them to that 3 seed for next week. Christian Williams. London. Caleb London knocks it down. Timeout, Bryant. Third three-pointer of the night by Caleb London, and the Wampus Cats are up by 7 with 5.5 to play in the first half. 30 seconds, and we're back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Dane, did you know that Legacy Fencing was voted as the best of the best in Faulkner County? Of course I did. Everybody knows that. Did you know Legacy Fencing is still the best of the best in Faulkner County?
Of course I do. Everybody knows that. Some things just don't change.
While most things change, Legacy Fencing continues to be the fencing company that the people of Conway trust.
Legacy Fencing. It's fencing for a lifetime.
Five and a half to play in the first half. Wampus Cats playing in Bryant tonight. We're on the road live tonight. We'll be live next week from North Little Rock again. Channel 5 and 585 on Conway Corp Cable and online at conwaycorp.com/WC2Go. Your desktop or tablet, mobile device. You can watch the games next week. Wampus Cats will most likely be playing at 2:30 Wednesday or 2:30 Thursday. Depends on which seed they end up. Lady Cats will be playing next Friday at 4. If they win that game, they'll play Saturday at 6 in the state semifinals. The game's in North Little Rock.
Southside up early, well, into the first, up 12-5 on Northside. So Northside kind of in a little tailspin in the season here. A lot of game left to play, but.
And Southside, both their boys and girls teams making the state tournament for the first time in a long time. Last time they were the Rebels. It's been that long. They haven't gone as the Mavericks, both sides. Terry Clardy, front of the rim, no good, but the offensive rebound to Lerome Thompson.
Kaiser clapping those hands.
Bradshaw. Bryant has it. Chumley. Going to be a foul. I think they got Kaiser for it. And that'll be free throws upcoming. Yeah, Jacqueline Kaiser whistled for the foul, and 1-and-1 on the way. Sam Chumley will shoot those free throws. Kaiser will check out. Gave Coach Longing some good minutes there.
Following scores around not just the Central, but the West also tonight.
Yes.
Bentonville up early on Bentonville West 24-14. So we're trying to figure out, well, first we're trying to figure out where we're going to be.
That's right.
But then we got to figure out, well, who from the West could we be playing in the first round?
Educated guess right now is it'd be Rogers Heritage or Springdale. Looks like they would be the 5 and the 6.
Springdale leads Rogers 15-10.
Okay. Rogers is having a tough year up there in the northwest part of the state. They are winless so far in conference play. Blake Bradshaw wondering what the call is, what he did. Not sure he's convinced that he did what he did, or at least did what he
Bryant
said
fans,
he did.
Bryant fans are convinced.
They are. They're happy about it?
That he did, yeah. Maybe a little illegal screen action going on.
Move to the basket. Shot is no good by Robinson. Out of bounds. Going to stay on this end. Halfway through the second quarter. Wampus Cats up 24-18.
It's been an entertaining game,
It
Jeff.
has been, yes.
Didn't look like it was going to be entertaining the first 4 minutes.
Canada for 3. No good. Long rebound. Uncontested. Out to Caleb London. Clardy. That's Caleb London. Christian Williams, deep three, bottom of the net. Christian Williams, his second three-pointer of the night. When he gets the shoulders squared and gets his hand behind the basketball, there's a perfect arc to his shot, perfect backspin and release, and it is just a beautiful thing to watch. That shot should count. They're not counting it. Terry Clardy. So let's review.
Yeah, right? Coach Longing, very salty right now.
Salty, good. So it seemed as if they missed. I won't say they did. It seems as if they missed the goaltending.
Yes.
And then it seems as if they missed a travel call. But maybe they didn't. Granted, I can't see much of anything from where I'm watching the game.
What a pass and what a finish.
I would have loved to have seen it. What happened?
Clardy gets the bounce pass between two defenders. I mean, the window there, so narrow. Gets it to London, who finishes at the rim. Now he's going for the and one.
I got it from here. Thank you.
Just catching you up.
Well done. I appreciate that. All of that happened in a spot on the floor that I am unable to see. Free throw missed. I saw that, unfortunately. But it is a 9-point lead. Cats are up 29-18. Free throws upcoming.
And, pretty quietly, Conway out to an 11-point lead.
29-18. Three-point baskets going. Quick, good defense. Kalen Robinson at the line. He scored 24 the first time that we played them. Misses the front end of the 1-and-1 here. Cats lead by 11. 2.5 to go in the first half. Christian Williams to Scott Ashby. Scott's in the game. Christian Williams for three. Shot is off the front of the rim, no good. Outlet pass to Hunter. Taken away by Scott Ashby. Great defensive play by Scott. He'll slow things down. Find Caleb London. Caleb ball fake. Shot won't go. They're going to get Blake Bradshaw over the back. And 2 free throws are upcoming for Rodney Lambert.
Those fouls are always tough because as soon as you're doing it, why did I do this?
And nobody has enough athleticism to stop it once you start.
Yeah, I mean, it's instinct.
Yeah.
And, as soon as right after you jump, you're not even a millimeter in the air. And you're like, nope, why did I do this?
Coach Long and the rest of his coaching staff over there.
And to quote Coach Nance, every time you foul, they get 2 shots at this point. So perfect scenario here for Bryant as they trail by 10 to slowly chip away at that lead as we get close to the half.
29-19. Free throws missed. So that was a Coach Nance quote, not to you,
not to
as
me,
a journalist,
no, to her players.
To her players.
She shouted it. It was kind of like I heard it, from a distance.
It was like a press conference thing. Everybody in the place got to hear. Every time you foul, they get 2 shots.
After that game, she posted a picture someone had taken of her where she was talking to her girls. Nice.
Terry Clardy.
Talking to her Lady Cats, and she had a scowl on her face.
Yeah.
And I commented and said my favorite moment from that game was when you said every time you foul, they get 2 shots.
Minute and a half to go. The Cats are up 32-19 on the road in Bryant. Both teams playing for the exact same thing. That's the 3 seed next week in North Little Rock. And the Cats again trailed 9-1 at one point. They've outscored Bryant 31-10 since.
Oh, Bradshaw is just the refs are just watching him, man. He's not getting away with anything tonight.
Rodney Lambert at the line. And he hits the first. You see Stuart Lowe there in his long sleeve white shirt. And he's unable to play. Injured his foot a couple of weeks back in that Cabot game, right? It was at Cabot when we saw him struggling to get down the court.
Yeah, right towards the end of the game.
32-21. Final minute of the second quarter. And the Cats are on top by 11.
No rush here.
No reason at all.
Especially with the foul situation as it is. Of course, Bryant in the double bonus.
And Bryant has plenty to give. They've only committed 4. Ball is tipped. Stolen away. Cameron Hunter gets the steal. Lambert in the corner. Hunter to Chumley. 3-point attempt. Careless pass has led to quick 3 points and a momentum shift too.
They can get it right back here with the nicely designed play and get a good shot off.
Final 5 seconds. 3, 2. Christian Williams doesn't get the shot off. And our score at halftime. Conway leads 32-24 over the Bryant Hornets. Time now for the Conway Regional Health System halftime show.
Hi, I'm Dr. Greg Kendrick with Conway Regional Health System. Conway Regional has been an important part of this community since 1938, providing excellent care with skill and compassion. But we're not just a hospital. Let me tell you about some of our fantastic facilities and services. Located off of College Avenue, just a few blocks down from the medical center, Conway Regional After Hours Clinic is equipped to handle a wide variety of problems for patients of all ages. If you need urgent care, and it's after work or on the weekend, the Conway Regional After Hours Clinic is open 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Conway Regional After Hours Clinic, your best option for after-hours care. Located on Robinson Avenue next to Laurel Park, the Conway Regional Rehabilitation Hospital is one of only 4 licensed inpatient rehab hospitals in the entire state. Patients are cared for by specially trained staff under the direction of an on-site physician who specializes in rehabilitation medicine. Conway Regional Rehab Hospital, your choice for comprehensive care to bring you one step closer to home. With 4 locations in Conway and Greenbrier, some with extended clinic hours, our dedicated team provides therapy services, including physical, speech, and occupational therapy, aquatic therapy, cardiac rehabilitation, sports outreach, and pelvic floor rehabilitation. At Conway Regional, we are committed to providing all of our patients the highest quality of care.
Welcome back to Bryant. It's Jeff and Levi with you. It's Coach Salty Longing describing something that happened in the first half that maybe didn't please him too much. A lot should have pleased him, though. 32-24, his Wampus Cats came roaring back, Levi. That was really impressive.
Yeah.
They were trailing 9-1 and honestly kind of looked lifeless. And then it was a few three-pointers that went, a defensive stop, and before you know it, they're leading by 11 until a little flurry there by Bryant that made it an 8-point game where we are right now, 32-24.
Yeah, it really showed a lot of resiliency there in the second, 4 minutes of the first quarter to come back and ended up taking the lead into the second quarter, and they haven't relinquished it since, and hopefully they can sustain that success, particularly from the three-point line. They're shooting 50%,
wow.
not 15, 50%, 7 of 14. This after they shot 5% the last time they played Bryant. And not expected. This isn't really a three-point shooting team, but hey, I mean, if it's coming on at the right time for Conway.
You always want to be playing your best basketball the end of February and early March, and with the first half of the first quarter notwithstanding, they're playing some really good basketball right now, and taking care of Bryant. The winner again gets the 3 seed.
And held Bryant to just 9 points in the second quarter.
Single-digit quarter.
Good defense, good rebounding from Conway in the first half, and meanwhile, we're on Cabot watch.
Kalen Robinson with the three-pointer won't go. As long as Conway wins tonight, they're going to be the 3 seed. If they lose, they could fall as low as the 5, and so that's the reason to pay attention to that Cabot game against North Little Rock. But if Conway can do what they need to do, and they're 2 quarters away from getting a victory, then our watch then moves to Northwest Arkansas to see who the Wampus Cats would be playing. And based on what we know at this point, it would be Rogers Heritage, with an educated guess that's who it would be on Thursday at 2:30.
And Heritage currently trailing Harbor, but they just got to the end of the first quarter, so they're a little bit behind us tonight.
And if Heritage loses that game, they will be the 6th seed from the West.
And I just got an updated score. They're losing 28-16. So
okay. Harbor's a good team, so I mean, Heritage just had a rough year. They're going to make the tournament, but Harbor's definitely one of the class teams from Northwest Arkansas. Scott Ashby with a good move to the basket. Lead extended to 10.
Talked about Asia Smith and the feature I did on her.
Yes.
So haven't even mentioned I got to do a feature on Scott Ashby as well, part of our 501 basketball team. And high character kid.
Yeah. I loved what he had to say about FCA. I remember 30 years ago in high school how much I loved being a part of FCA. And
yeah, he talked about
that's still going strong.
One of his mentors. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but for the last year, it was really been a big relationship for him. And I love the quote that I got from him about, you weren't starting at the beginning of the year, and then worked your way into that starting role in conference play. And he just talked about how much it meant to him in his senior year, and he's not taking it for granted.
Yeah. And I was thankful that what I told you, which was that I saw him really as a coach on the court, Coach Longing kind of echoed that.
Yeah.
Said the same thing, and I'm glad to know that at least whatever basketball viewing ability I've got, at least it matched up a little bit with a guy that knows the game.
Yeah, the way Coach Longing described it is he knows all 5 positions.
Yes.
As the point guard, kind of have to. But.
And right now he's directing traffic. That's exactly what you want. Williams, Ashby in the corner. Clardy, back to Scott Ashby. Good catch by Ja'Kylan Kaiser and a finish at the basket. That's something that the Wampus Cats have got to be able to do. Finish at the rim, and they did there. They lead by 11. Ja'Kylan Kaiser's had a really nice night off the bench. Under 6 minutes to play. See the scoreboard, clock, and score on your screen there at the top. Blocked by Terry Clardy. Conway Regional Health System logo up there as well, and just reminded me to tell you how much we appreciate them and their sponsorship of Wampus Cats to Go. It's the games when we're on the road and have a chance to broadcast those games for you live. The last couple of seasons has been really fun for us, and I know fun for a lot of people. I know, Levi, you and I both in our day jobs and at church and at gas stations and anywhere else that we run into folks that know what we do. I know I always hear from people, and you do as well, that they watch these road games and enjoy getting to keep up with the Cats, especially on a night like tonight. It's kind of rainy, kind of cold. Maybe a lot of folks stayed in tonight, and you've watched as much Olympics as you can, and you want a little American basketball, and so you're catching it tonight on Channel 5 and 585.
And like I said, March is coming.
Yes.
People are getting ready for some basketball.
Blocked by Terry Clardy. Now they're going to call, and the entire Wampus Cat bench is up asking, what happened? Because the same thing happened in the first half, and there was no call of a goaltending. There's the call to goaltending that makes it a 7-point game. Ashby. That's London. Ashby, good move with the basketball. Open look for Caleb London, too strong. Duran, Canada for 3. And it is a 4-point game.
Can you survive the flurry?
Ja'Kylan Kaiser. Out to Ashby. Christian Williams. Good pass inside to Ja'Kylan Kaiser. It's knocked out of bounds.
And the way you survive it is you make sure you get a good look. Just keep pace. Keep scoring.
Ashby out, Lerome Thompson in. Christian Williams. Good ball movement on the perimeter. Clardy pulls down the three-point attempt. Instead, good look inside. Caleb London. Hustle back on defense. Spin move by Canada. Doesn't go, loose ball. Robinson for 3. Front of the rim, no good. Thompson with the board. Halfway through an entertaining third quarter. Christian Williams. London.
Oh, man.
Caleb lost the ball. The official had already blown his whistle and called a charge. That is a tough, tough call against Caleb London. That is the third personal foul on Caleb London. Coach Longing gets his attention. Make sure he's aware of that he has 3 fouls.
He's the only Wampus Cat in double figures.
3-point basket by Cameron Hunter.
Bryant crowd coming to life here.
38-35, as close as they've been in a while. Thompson to Kaiser. Christian Williams off the back of the rim, the long rebound to Lerome Thompson. Goes to the left hand on the right-hand side of the basket and gets the layup to fall. Cats are up 5. Chumley. Whistle. Foul on the floor. That will be the 4th team foul in the third quarter. No team fouls against Bryant so far. Caleb London's going to have to sit down with those 3 fouls. Bradshaw in.
Yeah, Conway moving to a bigger lineup as Bryant's been finding their way to the lane.
Chumley tips it, can't pull it in. Terry Clardy. Christian Williams. Skip pass out to Terry Clardy. Quick to Lerome Thompson. That's Williams. Clardy. 2.5 to go, clock ticking. Back door. Good idea. Couldn't get the shot to go down. 40-35. Lambert loses control of it. Out of bounds when Ja'Kylan Kaiser came down with it, but like he's saying, where did I have to go?
Yeah.
I had nowhere to go.
He was not out there on his own accord. Let's just put it that way.
Yes, agreed. 40-35. Duran, Canada for three. Shot is missed. They're going to get Clardy over the back. That is 5 team fouls, and this is going to become a huge part of the story of this game. 5 team fouls against Conway, no team fouls against Bryant. Chumley goes in for the dunk and misses it. Clardy. Back to Lerome Thompson. Minute and a half to go. Lerome Thompson, three-pointer won't fall. Canada with the rebound. That's Lambert, a little bit out of control. Kalen Robinson over Blake Bradshaw. Soft shot won't go. Kaiser with the rebound. Everybody releases. Skip pass to Clardy. Clardy thought about a deep three instead. Kept moving the ball around. Whistle and a 30-second timeout called by Coach Longing. We'll take it with them. 1:07 to play in the third quarter. 30 seconds and we are back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Looking to make your truck stand out from the rest? U.S. Truck offers a variety of accessories to fit your needs. Tonneau covers, camper shells, toolboxes, bed liners, Nerf bars and running boards, trailer hitches, lift kits, and much, much more. We offer top quality products at a fair price with installation available. Oh, and ask about our military and senior discounts. U.S. Truck Accessories, 1335 East Oak Street in Conway. Work hard, play hard.
The Bryant Hornets gather around their head basketball coach, Mike Abramson. It's a 5-point lead for the Cats, 40-35.
Yeah, three-point shooting cooling off for Conway here in the second half. They were 7 of 14 coming out of the half.
Yeah.
They've missed 3 since. So shots
7 of 17.
Shots not falling here in the second half, and Bryant on a little run. Conway's just going to have to find a way to withstand it and generate some offense of their own.
Lerome Thompson, Christian Williams, Blake Bradshaw, Kylan Milton, and Terry Clardy. Those are your 5 Cats on the court right now. Lerome Thompson for 3. Rebound, Bryant. 5-point lead. Cameron Hunter, deep 3, no good. Rebound, fighting for it. Going the other way. They're going to get Kalen Robinson for the foul on the rebound. And that is the first team foul, and it comes in the last 38 seconds of the third quarter.
It's the way it should have gone, but if I'm being honest, I didn't think it was going to go that way. Just the way things have been playing out in this third quarter for Conway.
I can see why you would feel that way.
A little gunshot.
Final 30 seconds.
Thompson
Coach,
just having a quick chat with Coach Longing.
Checking on stuff.
No big deal.
Can we stop for burgers on the way back?
If you win, son.
Final 15 seconds of the third quarter. Cats are up by 5. Both teams have gotten cold here in the last half of this third quarter.
We saw Williams hit a big 3 at the end of the first quarter.
He'll get another chance here. Got 2 tries at it. The shots did not fall, and Conway will take a 5-point lead into the fourth quarter. 40-35, Conway on top. We take 60 seconds and come back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Steve's Auto Center is dedicated to getting your vehicle safely back on the road. From fender benders to a major collision, we offer the area's most advanced auto body repair services. With expert workmanship and the highest quality materials and paints available, we strive to exceed your expectations. And count on us for Central Arkansas's best towing and recovery services. We'll travel anywhere in the state at any time to rescue your equipment.
Come to Steve's Auto Center for all your automotive needs.
Hi, I'm Robin Dyer and welcome to Burn. It's time to work out. This workout is going to be quick, something you can do at home for your busy lifestyle. Give me about half an hour and I'm going to help you find your breathless edge. This is the workout that's going to be suited just for you. So come join me and let's get fit together.
40-35. The Bryant marching band, not marching band, the Bryant band. They're not
Football,
marching.
you're in a football state of mind.
With little Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
Don't believe me, just watch.
Well, just watch this finish here. Hopefully Conway can get the shooting going again. They're now dipped down to 36% from the three-point line. They were 50% coming out of halftime. And turnovers, another big issue for Conway. They've had 11 turnovers, Bryant just 3. So they're going to have to take care of the ball here in these final 8 minutes, see if they can protect this 5-point lead.
Lerome Thompson, Christian Williams, and Terry Clardy leading by 5. Oh, that's a sweet little basket by Lerome Thompson.
Thompson's had a huge 9 points here tonight.
Yes.
He has played well off the bench.
7-point lead, 7.5 to go. Cats looking to wrap up the 3 seed from the Central. Chumley, three-pointer, 42-38. It's a 4-point game. Bryant trying to wrap up the 3 seed. Both teams playing for the exact same thing tonight. Thompson and Clardy. Bryant has stayed in this zone throughout the night. Clardy dribbles out of it a little bit. And the foul will be called on Kalen Robinson.
Bryant still several fouls to give.
Inside the facility here, they have a public address announcer that they've just added in the boys game who says whenever their team scores, but doesn't say anything about the number of fouls, and it's not on the scoreboard. And so it's very important for the managers and the scorekeepers to be able to communicate that. And I think that's something that can't be understated, is making sure you know exactly where you are as we're into the end part of this game. 44-38 our score right now. We'll keep it here during this timeout.
Yeah, and Caleb London, 13 points leading the way for Conway. He's got 3 fouls, so he's going to have to keep that front of mind. Like you said, with it not being so visible, this coaching staff going to have to keep that in front of them so they know late in the game.
And obviously this is something that's kind of a first world basketball problem, because people have played the game for generations and not had access to that on the scoreboard. But in most of the facilities that we play in now, at the very least, you've got a public address announcer who is saying fouls called on number 2, Kalen Robinson. That's his 3rd, team's 5th, just so even you hearing it and everybody's able to kind of remind each other. It's just part of the game, but that is not part of the game that happens here inside their facility. 44-38.
Lerome Thompson, like we said, 9 points off the bench. He's been a big lift for Conway, and then it's kind of just spread out after that. 6 from both Kaiser and Christian Williams, and then a few other Wampus Cats with 4 and 2. So
before the break there, Kylan Milton, a great move to the basket, scored, and now free throws upcoming. Chance to extend this lead to 7.
Yeah, his first points of the night.
Free throw spins out. Under 7 to go. 6-point lead. Robinson. Good dish to Chumley. Canada in the corner. Pulled it down. Lambert. Stolen away. Kylan Milton gets the steal. Good body control. Can't finish. Down the court to Hunter. Up over Blake Bradshaw. It's a 4-point game. Clardy dribbles out of bounds.
Bryant switched into a kind of a light press off the score, and Conway didn't really look ready for it.
One of the officials talking to Duran Canada about something. Back to action now. 6:13 to play in the game. Conway up 4, 44-40. Good catch by Kalen Robinson on a high pass. Chumley in the corner. Caleb London gets the rebound, under 6 to play. One of these teams 6 minutes away from wrapping up the 3 seed. With a little help, loser will be the 4. Great underneath, Kylan Milton.
Yeah, great feed from Bradshaw.
Yes. Lead is 6, 5.5 to go. The Lady Cats won earlier tonight. They wrapped up the number 1 seed in the 7A Central on the girls' side. Guys trying to get the 3. Canada. Halfway down and no good. The rebound by Cameron Hunter. It goes, and he is fouled. And we'll go to the free throw line, a chance to cut it to 1 possession.
Yeah, it's the little things in these games, and as we'll find out next week, got to block out.
Yes.
Fayetteville trailing Van Buren 35-31 at halftime. Fayetteville tied for first place in the 7A West. Might be some change at the top.
Could be. 46-42. Another missed free throw. Chumley cuts the lead to 1. Foul. That's just the 4th team foul. Conway has committed 6. Conway's been called for 6. And so free throws throughout the rest of the game, but still a ways to go until the Wampus Cats get to that point. 5:09 to go, and it is a 1-point game. Lerome Thompson across the timeline. Kaiser, Jakylan Strong, can't get it to go, trying to finish. And out of all of that, they find a foul on a Wampus Cat. They're going to get Blake Bradshaw for it.
That's got to be at least his 3rd, but probably more like his 4th.
And Chumley is going to shoot 1 and 1. Coach Longing not happy. Nobody behind Coach Longing happy.
Chance for Bryant here to take their first lead since the first quarter.
And I'll tell you, Levi, when this game felt like it turned for me was at the end of the first half. The Cats were up, I believe, by 12. And they had the ball with less than a minute to go, and they were really taking the air out of the ball and taking some time and moving the ball around.
The turnover.
Had a turnover, led to a quick 3-pointer. And the halftime, the score ended up being an 8-point lead, 32-24, instead of being 12 or more. And the momentum has just felt like it's changed ever since. And now we're tied. And Sam Chumley, the senior guard, gives Bryant the lead, 47-46, less than 5 to go. The 3 seed is at stake for both teams. There's just nothing to say.
Yeah.
I'll let him do all of it.
Yeah, just shaking the head. I mean, another extension, getting called for the push off, and Conway's got to know that they can't do that, whether it's a foul or not.
Right. Canada, block, good defense by Caleb London. Loose ball going the other way. London with the good block and did not commit the foul.
It's a good primer for state tournament action right here.
You know what? That is a great point. On the road, hostile environment. Both teams playing for exactly the same thing. Christian Williams, Lerome Thompson as we approach the halfway mark of quarter number 4. Terry Clardy. Foul will be called on Bryant. That is their 5th team foul, and Terry Clardy at the line to shoot 2.
Southside up 40-30 at the end of the 3rd on Northside. Northside still not playing.
Yeah, they're not playing good at all here at the end. So Northside trailing by 10. They have wrapped up the 2 seed no matter what happens tonight. Southside with a win can be 7-7. Most likely the 5 and will be tied with the loser of this game at 7-7.
Bentonville up by 3 on Bentonville West after the end of the third.
Second free throw is good, and we have a tie game. Little press following the made basket. Cameron Hunter. Bad pass intended for Sam Chumley. It goes out of bounds, and it will be Conway basketball. Thompson. Bounce pass to Clardy, back to Lerome Thompson. We're tied at 47. Live tonight in Bryant. Kylan Kaiser's on the court for the Wampus Cats. Just threw it away, intended for Terry Clardy.
Back and forth turnovers here.
Hunter will kick it out to Duran, Canada. Three-pointer that missed everything, and Christian Williams was there to gather it up. Williams behind the back. London spins. Foul will be called on Sam Chumley.
And they're going to say he was shooting.
So free throws upcoming then.
Yeah, 2 free throws for
Mike Abramson, the head coach for Bryant, not pleased.
And he has been hot ever since the technical. I've been watching the way he interacts with his players, and he is
running hot, huh?
It's a very intimidating presence on the sideline.
Caleb London at the free throw line, the sophomore guard. Shooting 2. Gives Conway a 1-point lead. Two-point lead.
Some big free throws.
Cameron Hunter guarded by Lerome Thompson. I think what you said is exactly right. What a way dress rehearsal for the state tournament. You're in no matter what, but gut check time. Robinson, who was the state Finals MVP in the 3A state tournament last year, playing for Episcopal Collegiate. He led them to a state title before transferring to Bryant. Missed that shot, and free throws upcoming. This will be Cameron Hunter. We haven't mentioned it tonight, but number 1 for them is a freshman. That's a 9th grader at the line trying to tie this game. Misses off the back of the rim.
Yeah, that's his first free throw attempt deep here in the fourth quarter. It's hard anytime late in a tight game to shoot free throws, but especially when you haven't been to the line yet.
Hunter's second is good. It's a 1-point game, 49-48, 3 minutes to play. Christian Williams with a good catch and throws before he gets to the ground. And Lerome Thompson continues his huge night.
Yeah, now in double figures for Conway. What an amazing pass from Christian Williams in the air. He doesn't even come down, and he hits him right perfectly in stride.
Robinson will be fouled by Christian Williams. Bodies everywhere.
Apparently there is a black hole wherever Cabot and North Little Rock are playing, because I have not seen a girl score nor one boy score
Radio silence out of there, huh?
Something special must be happening there.
I guess.
Either that or if I remember correctly, reception not that great in there. So
that could very well be.
I don't know what's going on here. Good. Oh, cleaning up the the floor.
Little sweaty basketball player stuff. Sweat.
I don't know if you know this, Jeff. High school boys perspire.
Right.
particularly when, playing basketball.
I know middle school and elementary age boys and girls perspire. And my kids. And your kids, I'm sure, who are younger than that.
I got one that still smells like a baby.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Enjoy that. Kaylin Robinson, we are enjoying this game. It has been entertaining. Conway fell behind early, 9-1. Roared back, took a 12-point lead at one point, led by 8 at halftime. Lead by 1 right now, 2:34 to go.
I would be okay if it was less entertaining, if you know what I mean.
I do.
I
do know what you mean. Terry Clardy gets the ball across half court. Double team. Timeout. Going to call it. Coach Longing calls it, and we will take a timeout with the teams on the court. 30 seconds, and we're back to Bryant live tonight on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Fitness is about so much more than exercise. It's a catalyst for positive change, and it affects every aspect of your life. Conway Regional Health and Fitness Center is your source for comprehensive medical-based health and fitness programs. Dedicated to improving the wellness of those within our community, we offer something for everyone in the family. Conway Regional Health and Fitness Center, over 20 years of health and wellness in our community.
Coach Longing talking to his Wampus Cats. First-year head coach, been an assistant for a long time for Coach Bates and Coach Johnson, and getting the reins handed to him this year, and I think he's done a really great job.
Finally got a North Little Rock Cabot girls score.
Okay, what do you have?
So I don't know if they started late or what, but North Little Rock beats Cabot 65-42.
Okay.
Clinches the 2 seed.
All right, so that's what we expected. So Conway and Fort Smith Northside are on one half of the bracket. North Little Rock and Fayetteville are on the other side of the bracket. Those top 4 teams in the state in 7A girls basketball is where they're going to land next week. Conway getting the 1 seed from the 7A Central. Conway boys leading by a point as we approach the 2-minute mark. The winner of this game is the 3 seed. Long skip pass, dangerous pass. They're going to spread the court, run some clock, try to find Bryant sleeping a little bit on offense, or on defense rather. Lerome Thompson, very difficult shot, but Caleb London there to clean it up. 53-50 with 1:45 to go. Huge follow.
Extends his team leading in scoring tonight, 17 points.
Chumley wants 3. No good. Rebound. Clardy.
Big miss there, Conway.
You got to get it across the timeline. Now they do. Double team, timeout. Smart use of the timeout by Coach Longing. London found himself trapped in the corner. Timeout called. We'll take it with him. 1:19 to go. Cats up 3, 30 seconds, and we're back to Bryant on Conway Corp, Channel 5.
Hi, my name is Ashley Mann, and I would like for you to join me on my show, Breathe Yoga, on Channel 5. Each episode will consist of a 30-minute yoga practice that will help you along your yoga journey, whether you are new to yoga or an advanced practitioner. So if you've always wanted to try yoga but didn't know where to begin, join me on Breathe Yoga, only on Channel 5.
All right, so here's the situation tonight in Bryant. Your Wampus Cats taking on the Bryant Hornets. 53-50 is our score. Conway leads. The winner gets the 3 seed. I know I've said it like a million times, but that's what this is about tonight. Getting that 3 seed and seeing what your path's going to be like to try to make it back to Hot Springs and play for a state championship. Christian Williams passes to Caleb London. Caleb London loses the ball, and it's knocked away. The official that was underneath said it went out on Caleb London. You got Will Kennedy over there talking to Robin, who's our social media photographer. Very disappointed that it looked like that one was missed.
Yep.
Pass inside to Cameron Hunter, triple team. Out to Robinson. Kaylin Robinson. Off the glass, won't go. Clardy with the board, under a minute to play. Clardy to Larome Thompson. Double team, foul. That will be the 7th, so it's taken to 45 seconds left in the game. But Conway finally goes to the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1.
Only 10 attempts tonight for Conway from the free throw line, but shooting 6 of 10.
And Coach Abramson wants a timeout. Thrilling night of basketball. We'll see how it ends next. 30 seconds and we're back on Conway Corp Channel 5. All right, 45 seconds to play in the game. Conway leads 53-50, so they have a 1-possession lead. Ja'Kylan Kaiser at the free throw line. 1-and-1 opportunity can make it a 2-possession game. Front of the rim, no good. It's a 1-possession game. Bryant can tie with a 3-pointer. Hunter and Robinson. Canada. Hunter back to Canada for 3 in the tie. No good. Rebound to Clardy. Terry Clardy's got it. Trying to get rid of it. And does. It's stolen away. Canada double teamed. Lambert. That's Robinson. 3 to tie. Chumley decides instead to dribble in. They needed 3 points. He's hit them all night. Decides to go to the basket thinking he can get a layup and a foul, and he's got Duran Canada telling him we needed 3. We needed 3.
Needed 3, yeah. Just a mental lapse there from Bryant.
By the senior.
Giving Conway a chance to firmly close this thing out if you can hit some free throws.
Caleb London at the free throw line, 1-and-1.
London has had quite the game tonight. 17 points, 2 of 3 from the free throw line.
Free throw is missed. They still have a chance. Bryant. Robinson is going to dribble all the way in and kick it out. Turnover.
Again,
Bryant has completely lost track of what the score is. 2 straight possessions of making a move to the basket, and I certainly understand being aggressive and trying to make the layup and get fouled. But in both of those instances, those were players who have shot 3-pointers and made 3-pointers all night. Really surprising turn of events here at the end, but these surprising turn of events are turning the way of the Wampus Cats.
But they got to make free throws.
But they got to make free throws.
The last 2 front ends of a 1-and-1, they're still not in the double bonus. So you can't make your free throws.
Right.
You're going to be in trouble.
That's what's coming now.
Oh, yeah,
they're about to foul somebody. And so some Wampus Cat's going to get a chance to go to the line and shoot 1-and-1.
And if you're Conway, you got to find a way to get your best free throw shooter the ball out of this inbound. And you still got 2 timeouts. So, if you can't get it on the first go, use that timeout, reassess, reevaluate, draw something else up. The only thing that you cannot do in this situation is turn the ball over.
Can't turn the ball over, and you can't commit a foul. And you have to be careful. Any physicalness that happens can't be construed as a foul because they'll get 2 free throws without the clock running. So we'll see how it plays out here. But, wow, what a crazy game this has turned out to be.
If they do get the ball, though, if there is a turnover, Bryant gets the ball, maybe you try and foul before they can get a shot off.
Before they get a 3-pointer off. All right, 4 seconds to go. Clardy will throw it in. Christian Williams will go to the free throw line.
Williams.
And no time run off the clock.
Yeah, Williams, no free throw attempts tonight. This will be his first trip to the line. in a big, big situation for the junior.
The officials are going over to the scorer's table and asking how much time they're going to take off the clock here, because there was a pass inbounds, and then there
Felt
was
like
a
he
foul.
was instantly fouled with no time.
They took half a second off,
Okay.
so 3.6 seconds.
Again, another 1-and-1, big situation. Got to hit one of them.
And Christian Williams, I almost would be okay if he backed up behind the three-point line to shoot his free throw. Got it.
Big free throw.
2-possession game. 54-50.
A miss is almost better here because
From the clock standpoint,
it,
yes.
it takes more time off. But if you do miss, absolutely cannot foul.
Uses all the rim. 5-point lead. No fouls, no fouls, no fouls. That's it. Your Wampus Cats have won 55-50, the final score on the road over Bryant. And Conway will be the number 3 seed in next week's state tournament. Who they will play, we will find out probably in just a little while. Our games are kind of ahead of everybody else's right now. But what we can put in pen, Conway will play Thursday at 2:30 in North Little Rock, 55-50 the final score.
Yeah, looking at the final stats tonight, 2 Wampus Cats in double figures led by Caleb London with 17 points and 5 rebounds. And then Lerome Thompson, a huge 11 points from him tonight.
Great night.
Off the bench. Christian Williams hitting some big free throws at the end. He finishes with 8, third leading scorer for Conway. And the play that's going to stick with me is that long pass Christian had.
Yes.
Jumping up into the air to get the ball and then passing it, a long pass across court before he even came down on the floor. Some clutch shooting by him at the very end to seal this thing for Conway.
And Christian Williams, those 2 free throws, so a good win, 55-50. The Lady Cats won tonight, so a sweep in Bryant is huge anytime, but tonight especially.
And we talked about this on Tuesday. We truly believe that Conway is, when you look at the teams, the third best team in this conference.
Agreed.
And they finally proved that here tonight, winning on the road in a very contentious game. Really felt like playoff basketball here tonight, and so that's going to be a good primer for them. And really, they bettered themselves in the seeding, and this is the best possible outcome for them, and they're going to have the best matchup in that first round.
With the win, the Wampus Cats finished the season 17-9, 8-6 in conference play. Great first season for Salty Longing, and they are not finished. Again, they will play Thursday afternoon. 2:30 will be the tip. We'll have the broadcast for you live on Thursday afternoon. So if you have to work, you can't make it to North Little Rock, we got you covered. Just open up another browser or another tab, have the game there going, and you can watch and listen to us as we call the game at 2:30 Thursday afternoon.
And so with us as the 3 seed, that puts us playing the 6 seed.
The 6 seed
out
from
of
the West, which we think is going to be Rogers Heritage.
Which we're pretty positive because they're at the end of 3 and they're trailing 58-29.
We'll play Rogers Heritage on Thursday. But the most important thing, Thursday at 2:30 for the guys. If they win, they would play late Friday night. So we could have a doubleheader because our girls play at 4 o'clock on Friday. And then if the guys win, they'd play at 8:30 on Friday. But first things first, Thursday at 2:30 for the guys, 4 o'clock on Friday for the Lady Cats. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a thrill all season long as we wrap up our 17th regular season and moving into the playoffs. And we'll have our traveling circus there to bring you all the games starting on Thursday in North Little Rock. Thank you so much for watching. For Levi, I'm Jeff and our entire Channel 5 crew. Have a great night, everybody.